Good evening and welcome to Rook and Rasp's actual play of Alien RPG by Swedish company Free League. We're not associated with Free League, we just really, really like this game. Um, I am the game mother, Revna. You've probably seen me hanging around chat and sometimes in the clamoring. And I will now introduce my lovely cast, starting with Sean today.
I'm first. Hi, I'm Sean. I'm playing Chaplain. I am the medic and artificial.
Aaron.
I'm Erin, and I'm playing Private First Class Dante.
John.
Hi, I'm John, and I'm still here. I play Mason.
And Ted.
I'm Ted, he, him, and I'm playing Captain Silva, who's supposed to be the one in charge of this rowdy bunch.
Well, you are in charge of this rowdy bunch. And to be fair to the viewing audience, it is a very lucky thing that John's Mason is still alive because the aliens just seem to like playing bat the cat with poor Mason. They really like you.
I don't know if they like me
Previously,
best.
yeah, they're real hot on you at the moment. Previously, our intrepid group had arrived on the well, they were already on the colony. They went out in search of 4 AWOLs and quickly discovered that all was not as it seems. Surprise in the alien universe, I know. And then, through the course of their investigation, learned that these 4 AWOLs who were allegedly defecting from the UA to the UPP were infected with alien life forms. One of them did surrender to our group and told them about Project Life Force being researched deep below Fort Nebraska. Um, and our intrepid group tried to get back to Fort Nebraska just to, GTFO, when their commander told them to attack the insurgent base. Upon doing so, they things went a little bit sideways as there was a massive burst and ships started flying out of the air. Our group was in the process of traveling away from the insurgent base. There were aliens, there was explosions, there was Dante's chest hurting her so much more, and a little bit of blood out of her nose, if you know what I mean. Oh, sorry, I wasn't laughing.
Why do you hate me, Game Mom?
I don't hate you.
It's okay,
And
I know you
our
previously loved me.
and poor Chaplin came back to his senses after learning that there was an alien force, not an alien force, but a
Rogue.
how do we describe, yeah, a rogue AI in his head that he believes is another synth trying to take over his consciousness, but he rebooted and got that back.
I'm
um
better now.
Poor Dante got slapped around a bit by an alien and has a concussion, and Mason's still like, the fuck, man, what the
Silva.
fuck. No,
Yeah, Silver
Mason.
had the,
Silva has a concussion.
yeah.
Yeah,
Silva got slapped
did I
around.
do
I
it
have an
again?
alien in my
I
chest.
did it again. I did it again. God, jeez, here we go. Get that wrong character name infection.
Start
So
the counter chat.
our group had our group had gotten into an APC that they had jacked off someone else, and we're going to head back to Fort Nebraska, and we kind of ended it there with a large ship of some sort that they couldn't make out flying over the planet and dropping this black cloud behind it. Yeah, Ted, I saw you raise a finger. What can I do for you?
Just phrasing. You're good. Continue on.
What?
We jacked off an APC.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no, we got the APC from jacking it off someone else.
Hijacked. Is that better?
It's better visual.
Hello.
This is Rook and Rasp After Dark.
This is Rook and Rasp After Dark. And as I've done the previous weeks and will continue to do so, for anyone who wasn't in last week, we are carrying on Alien RPG for another 3 to 4 sessions as we move from this particular scenario into the conclusion of the Draconis 26 strain with Heart of Darkness afterwards. Thank you for holding up the lovely book, Ted. I have mine too, look. It's all pretty and green. we will be doing that, but we'll be taking a break between the two campaigns to let my intrepid players here wrap their heads around some new characters. But what I've done in the past is issue a content warning. The material presented in the Alien universe it can be some pretty heavy stuff. Alien is all about body horror. It is about things getting ripped apart. There is language, there is violence, there is gore, and we don't really hold back. There's some things I try to curb a little bit, but for the most part, if I can make my players squirm, I'm gonna do it.
Also,
If I can get Aaron to
content
make
warning.
that face,
Oh, do I have one now?
right there, almost when you make the moment when you realize you had a chest burster is the best thing ever in the world. And yes, that was another thing for anybody who missed last week. Dante did get her scan, and it confirmed that she does have a live chest burster in her chest, and she needs to find a way to get it out, or get herself into cryo sleep, one of the two.
Or
So,
the antidote.
yes, the 26 Draconis strain,
Yeah.
which you also learned about from a combination of the doctor at the hospital and from what Wright had told you, and from seeing the anathema, the human being of which this alien-looking thing burst out of its entire body to get the ball rolling. But you guys were hunkered down in that APC as this black cloud floated over, and what the hell's his name? Because we haven't really talked about him as an NPC too much. Sergeant Iona looks back and says, "Captain, this thing ain't moving."
Of course it ain't. Has the black shit out there at least settled down, or is it still floating around?
And he kind of peers down. Nah, it looks like it's, whatever it is, looks like it's dissipated, but that big boom that we all heard, I think it was an EMP pulse, and he just kind of gestures to the console, which is just dead.
Oh, crap.
Look over at our synth. You sure it was
He's
an
alright.
EMP pulse?
Yeah, he was shielded by the APC. Him and Faye 2 were both shielded by the APC, so they're okay. And you were all shielded by the APC from this black cloud that floated overhead, or that was dispersed overhead. So none of you were touched by that stuff either.
So like our motion trackers, all the guns, all the tech still works that's inside the...
That's inside the APC,
Gotcha.
yes.
Yeah, the moment you said that, I would have checked my, my weapon, and I would have been like,
Now, can we see outside what this cloud looks like? Or...
Iona had like secured all the windows with the shutter thing they can put down over it, but as Silva asked, rolls it back, and the sky looks clear. The blizzard seems to be dissipating. It's only snowing very lightly. Everything looks, it's just like, again, for both my players and the audience, the light here is never brighter than twilight and never darker than a full moon. So it's not particularly light here anyway. But the sky, you can see it looks like whatever it is over.
looks like we're hoofing it.
Well, before we get out of that, can we see any buildings? Does that black stuff seem to be eating into any of the buildings? I'm concerned that they did some kind of aerosol version of what we saw in the oil that caused that giant pit.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I'm good.
Mm-mm.
Any chance the APC might come with like survival kits or like air masks or anything like that?
Nope.
Darn it, I'm missing my bennies right now.
I spend a penny. Can I get a mask, please?
But one of you has a scanner device. I think it's Mason that used it on the black stuff. It'll tell you that the air itself is fine.
Okay.
Would I deceive you?
Well, I'm not worried about the air. I'm worried about the shit we might kick up.
Rude, Sean. Rude.
You have specified that the air isn't bad. It doesn't mean anything about the ground. Doesn't mean anything about outside.
You don't see, as you're looking outside, you don't see like puddles of it laying around.
So it's like this black cloud came in and is just gone.
Roll me, all of you, roll me an observation roll.
I'm trying to remember how much stress we ended the game with. I think I was at
had
2.
2.
Yeah, I think you're all around about 2.
No successes.
You okay?
1 success.
I
Mhm.
got 2 successes, but well, I guess 3 successes because 1 was on the stress die.
Okay, go ahead and roll your panic. It's a d6 plus your current stress. We'll see what she gets out of that, and then I'll give you
Okay,
the
so I
information.
only got a 3.
You're fine. You're keeping it together. You managed to keep your nerves in check just barely. You guys recall seeing the this black goo? You saw the one anathema vomit it into somebody's face, and it was absorbed directly into their skin. And you saw it kind of pull itself together, and it almost looked semi-sentient in the way that it moved. And you suspect that whatever was dropped, if you're not seeing it lay in puddles on the ground, and there was a lot of it, and it's not airborne, it's probably black goo.
And it's in theory moved on.
Yeah, whatever the ship is, it's gone. You don't see it anymore. So this stuff has either sought out human victims, or it's pulled someplace else, or the concentration was elsewhere. But whatever it is, you don't expect to find puddles of it. You expect to find it pulling itself together and moving towards something breathing,
Got
a
it.
suitable host.
Ew.
Gotcha. I was expecting like a dust layer covering everything that we could kick up and accidentally inhale.
No, they're
Alright.
they're hard on you, and they're Free League's hard on you. They're not quite that hard on you yet.
Silva will take a cautious look around and, all right, get your shit. We're on the feet again.
You guys find that you're not actually that far from Fort Nebraska, and in the stuff that I pinned in the private chat, there should be a map of Fort Nebraska. I'm not sure which levels you have maps of. It's fine because I have all the ones that I need. But the most important one for you right now is the one that leads up to and the perimeter wall as you get close to it. As you're going down the streets, cautiously, weapons at the ready, moving in your formation, you see these just people frozen in place. Some of them on the ground with like one hand down, looking like they're were retching or vomiting, and they've just gone totally black. These bodies. And at one point, as you get close to Fort Nebraska, it almost looks like some kind of twisted forest of these corpses just locked into place and frozen in positions. Most of them look like they were in agony or in pain. And as you're clocking this, and I will assume that that Silva will pull everyone up short to look and kind of survey the area for anything moving. And you're all facing in your directions. You see one of them starting to move. It's like standing there frozen, and then it turns and moves at a noise, just a random noise, and it turns and goes in that direction. And you see coming down the side of a building is one of the Xenos. And the Xeno clocks you. You see it look right at you. It hones in on this thing, and then you see two more moving, and the Xeno just lets out this screech and goes at it. None of them pay any attention to you. They're fighting amongst themselves.
So, as you put it, clocking that it was the noise that seemed to trigger these things, Silva's going to do the finger over the mouth and then just give like the marine signal for double time.
So, real quick before we do that, the Xenos themselves aren't fighting. The Xenos are attacking the black people, the black-colored people, or is it
the
just
anathemas?
the anathemas? So the
Mhm.
Xenos themselves aren't fighting amongst themselves.
No, they're not fighting.
Okay.
The Xenos aren't fighting each other. The Xenos are fighting whatever these things are.
I gotcha.
And I mean, it's vehemently. The Xeno, the Xenos, or the Xeno looks at the four of you. Its head turns directly towards you, and then as soon as that anathema moves, it snaps back, and you see its jaw, that inner mouth, kind of like come out and come back in, and then its boom, it is on them like, like duck on a June bug. Just whoof. But it's ignoring you. Its concern is those things, not you.
Is anybody feeling a little bit like this was planned?
Yeah, it was in the module. I'm sorry, I couldn't help.
Yeah, the only question is who planned it.
This feels more like a planned C backup. Rev, have the guns at the fort fallen silent, or are they still shooting?
They are inside the perimeter wall, mounted on top of. If you look at that perimeter wall just inside the Sallyport gate, they're on the top of those walls there. Right now, they're not firing, so it's hard for you to tell whether or not they're active at the moment.
Have we heard them shooting since the EMP went off?
No.
Okay. Doesn't matter if it was planned Plan A, Plan B, or Plan C. We're going to get in there, get whatever the cure is that Dante needs, and we're going to blow this fucking place sky high. Now let's get going. Double time. Careful not to speak around the whatever those things are.
The rest of them, Chaplain, as you're moving through, don't look like they would move. The ones that are moving do look a little bit different as you're watching. The Xeno is tearing them up and totally ignoring you. You guys are free to make your way out. You will not have to engage that particular Xeno. It doesn't give a shit.
It's busy.
I mean, even to the point that when it screeches, you guys are like going down a side way to get up towards that gate to get a better look, and a Xeno leaps over you and keeps going.
Jesus.
It's answering the call of its mate and its friend, its mate, and just ignores you.
Might as well use this distraction. Let's go.
I do change out my incinerator unit as we're running.
Mm-hmm. So you get out in front of that Sallyport gate. Silva, make me an observation roll. I'll say shit.
That is 0 successes, 1 stress. Now, can I push that and ignore the 1 stress?
You can push it, but it'll give you stress anyway.
Well, sorry,
So, yeah,
I
you
got
can.
a face hugger on the stress. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if pushing it erases that 1 face hugger.
Yeah, it will, but you still will. When you push a roll, you always take a point of stress, so... But you won't have to make the panic roll as long as you don't roll another facehugger.
I'll take that result instead. That is 2 successes, no face huggers.
Okay, you see the guns on top of the wall, and they are moving. They're moving back and forth very slowly. Sat beside them is a Xeno. It's sat real still. And as soon as that gun stops and starts to shoot at some of these anathemas or body bursters, the Xeno takes off in that direction. And because the gun's already trained on them, it ignores the Xeno. And it's sharp. I mean, it's just sat there, just dead still. And you can't miss it. It's looks like a gargoyle sat on the top of the wall, and it's just sat there super, super still. And as soon as that gun trains down, it takes off in the same direction.
Right. I propose we avoid the target range of those guns. Don't know if it might misidentify us as hostiles at this point. Anyone know a different route in?
Yeah, say the gate leading in is shut, and you can tell it is shut and secured from the inside.
Well, we've got radios. Can we try raising someone in the base?
I'm hesitant at this point, since you just said earlier a hostile synth hacked into you that is currently inside the base.
Fair.
And we don't know how high ranking that synth is considered to be. No offense.
No offense. I mean, she was pretty high up, actually.
So for all we know, we're identified in the targeting database as hostiles and not Marines anymore.
Anybody know a back door?
Well, everything was listed as, I mean, we're supposed to be going to a sub-level. I figure it's got to be way in underground. Maybe.
Rev, I don't know exactly what this would be, but could I do like some weird combination of wits or maybe wits and command to see if I know of any like a poop chute or a drainage tube or something we could try to use?
Yeah, use your empathy and command. Yeah, because command falls under empathy.
And as a note, it looks like Corey in chat has bought all of us a extra skill dice for use at some point.
Nice.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you, Corey. Well, I'm gonna save that skill die for later because I got 3 successes, but I did get 1 face hugger. So my face hugger result is that's a 9 for stress.
Getting concussed again?
Whatever you have in your hand, you will drop. Whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or other important item. Your stress level increases by 1.
Right now, I believe that would be my pulse rifle.
Clonk, drop it on the ground.
Pick it back up again.
Yeah, I'll let you pick it back up again. But
Okay.
as a complication to that, you see a Xeno slide up towards Dante. Nuzzles against her. Looks up at the wall. Looks back at you. But like its face is right in yours and it looks up at the wall. Looks back at you.
I think we have an invitation.
I think you have an invitation.
You could have an invitation with me. Come on, Chaplain. You want to go on a date, right?
Which it will then pick you up and start scaling the wall. Picks you up very gently and takes you over the wall and drops you on the side and then takes off.
Okay. Oh, great. Cool. Awesome. Can I radio my team?
Yeah, you can radio them.
Guys!
Any way you can open the gates?
Yep, the control thing is right there in front of you.
Okay, alright, let's do that. Let's get this door open. That's cool. Alright, how to open door?
And the door opens.
Yes, Gunny.
Well, I was just saying, I was just about to say, how the hell did we get in there? But I guess we got it covered.
Dante is twitching.
I don't know whether I should be thankful or worried at this point, but you know what? Guns up, eyes open, let's do this.
As you get in through the gate, and as Silva overcomes that little bit of panic, you guys start to come through. It doesn't open quite all the way. It kind of, as you open it, opens like just far enough to probably get an APC through. You start coming through. Everyone else, you notice there are drones, the smaller Xenos, moving around, grabbing dead bodies, and just dragging them off. They're not paying any attention to you.
Dante, shut the gate and get your ass down here.
Okie dokie.
Oh no, it took her all the way over the wall, so she's on the ground level.
I'm already here, Captain.
I'm right here!
The captain's under a lot of stress.
I'm under a lot of stress!
Don't worry, we're gonna get you taken care of.
Right.
One way or
Who
another.
remembers where the elevators are? Let's go.
Toddle, 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 toddle.
Yep, so you're right in around that. Actually, it took you over the wall into the guardhouse. So you got a couple of different ways you can head from there. You've got the west wing and south bastion. You've got the east wing. Depends on which way you want to go to get inside the base, my friends.
Does anyone have any strong opinions?
closest one from where we're at? I mean, there's no sense in trying to cross over the base to get to another.
I
You
think it's
do
the
know
best.
that right there in the power station there is a at least a ladder or lift or something that will lead down to sublevel 2.
That would be the best way then.
Gets us in the right direction.
All right, let's do it. I seem to be saying that a lot tonight.
Let's do this.
Alrighty. So as you make your way in through that power regulator room, this room looks absolutely charred. Who's in the lead? Who's taking point going through?
Captain?
Nope, not Silva. Silva is the squishiest out of all of us.
I'm in lead with the flamer unit pointed.
Roll me as you go through, Mason. Roll me please an observation roll.
One success.
One success is all ye need. You see, laying on the ground. So this gives me the right section here. You see what looks like the signs of a very hard fight. There is blood. The walls are charred. There are bullet holes everywhere. There are dead UPP soldiers. There are dead Colonial Marines. There are blood trails and carnage. And among all of this, as you come into this zone, you see a sword with a white-handled hilt. Unmistakably Major Hatfield's antique sword. You see there's a bloody trail across the ground, leading off into like a little alcove.
Captain.
Follow it.
I grabbed the sword.
Oh, sorry. You haven't told us yet. My apologies.
Oh no. I would have pointed and you know, I can work with it. So I grabbed the sword and I'm like, there's a trail this way.
We're following it.
You follow the trail across and down into this little alcove. Behind a desk, you see the very bloodied and terribly wounded body of Major Hatfield. It's as far as it looks like he could drag himself with only one arm. One of his arms has been ripped off. Around his neck is hanging an access key card.
Chaplain, check him, see if he's gone.
On
Mason,
it.
get the card.
I grab the card and I reach in my pack and I pull out a Never Sleep pack. And I'll hand that to Chaplain and say, just in case that you need to wake him up.
I'll check him out.
Yeah, he's dead. He's gone.
Yeah, he's not coming back from this, Captain.
Well, at least he went out like that, as opposed to food for one of those things. All right. Got the access key. Anything else in his pockets, Mason?
I'll check him over really quick.
There is a photo of his family in his pocket. That's all he has.
No.
I'll take the photo. Is there a sheath for his sword?
Yeah, it did say in the beginning that he was wearing one, so it's probably still attached to his hip.
I'll take that, and that way I can sling the sword and hang on to the photo. Hopefully they weren't on the colony, and we make it off. I'll send it to them.
You make your way back through the this little power substation, and then you just see the collapsed building that would lead to where this lift, stairs, whatever it is. This building is absolutely collapsed all the way down.
Well, that rules that one out. Anyone know of any other routes, stairs, access tubes, anything?
I mean, we could try the vents.
I have been here before. I don't know if I know anything about that.
Take out blue. You know that there probably is down on level 1. There most certainly is. There's an armory, there's some service tunnel junctions. So there probably is. And there is in the North Bastion, there there is a lift that you could never get into that you believe goes down as well.
So Dante will convey that North Bastion, level 1. There should be a tunnel.
Right. That makes sense. Let's hit up the armory on the way. I'd like to have some stronger firepower if we can get it.
Mm-hmm. The North Bastion is on the other side. You guys will make your way carefully over to that section's right at the top of the map. Again, you will see more of the anathemas and the Xenos fighting each other. And they are completely ignoring you at this point. They're not concerned about you at all. They're a distance away, and neither pay attention to you. As a matter of fact, if one of the anathemas tries to get away, you've seen what the Xenos can do. They'll spear it, chuck it back, and just start tearing it apart. Whatever it is about these anathemas, it is enraging these xenomorphs.
And how
I'd
good?
say it's anathema to them.
And how good are how well do the anathemas hold up against the Xenos? Is it like, I mean,
It depends. Now, the body bursters, which look like those little baby xenomorphs, they're bigger than that, but they do all right for a while. But the ones that haven't quite turned yet, they tear them apart. They
Okay.
just literally rip them to shreds. And they don't try to drag those bodies off either. They just leave them. It's like there's something about it that they just don't want anything to do with.
I don't want to sound callous, Captain, but we probably need to speed it up so that everybody's still distracted.
Sounds like a plan to me. Let's get Dante to the delivery room. Come on, folks. Let's go.
I don't suppose you have any cigars, do you, Captain? I think that's traditional.
It's not traditional to remove a tumor.
You name tumors? Said as moving towards the North Bastion.
And writes like elbows Sylvan goes, well, your mama named hers. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Just messing with you. You guys make your way across. Again, just kind of moving between different forms of cover, because I'm pretty sure you still don't want to risk that one of those creatures is going to turn around and go, oh, look, fresh snacks. Our Uber Eats is here.
Ooh.
You get over into the North Bastion. There are a number of elevators in the east and west lobbies. You guys want to head towards the armory, which is around to the west, I think. Offices, restrooms, offices. It is down one more. You can take a ladder down before you get to that lift, which will then lead you to the. Oh no, excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm lying. It's through the west lobby. I was right. It is to the west. And again, you see a lot of areas where the walls are bullet-ridden, charred. There are dead Marines, dead UPP soldiers laying around, and the ones that are even remotely sort of conscious, they're gonna die anyway. You can do your best to try and save them if you want, but they're otherwise not gonna make it. It would require more time than you think Dante has as a medic chaplain.
And I'll relay that just in case anybody. Captain, we can try to save these, but it's going to be at the cost of Dante's life. I don't think that's anything any of us are willing to pay right now.
Well, that's a failed empathy roll. Silva's response is just going up and putting a bullet in someone's head that looks like they're dying anyways.
As Silva and Chaplain are standing over one of these dying individuals, Dante and Mason, please roll me observation rolls.
Ruh-roh.
1.
Nothing.
Mason, towards the end of that west lobby, just past the checkpoint, is a door that's going to lead down to the armory. And as you get to the door, it's kind of standing most of the way open, 3/4 of the way open. And you get up to it as you're checking the hallway while they're dealing with the partially dead in here. And you see along the hallway, there's this very thick, almost resinous material that's narrowing the hallway slightly. And as your flashlight shines down, you see into the walls are a couple of dead individuals. Whether they're Marines or not is really hard to say, but they're being strapped in by this clear, almost brittle substance that's holding them up into the wall.
Fuck. I know this. This isn't good. This is... we already knew it. We could have kind of guessed. This is their territory.
Mason, what the fuck is this?
What are you saying, Gunny?
Those Xenos, those things I fought before, those things I keep trying to toy with me. I've seen structure like this before. And I think I now know what they're doing with the bodies, and I point the flashlight at them.
Ah, oh, son of a bitch.
You also see a couple of the drones way farther down, closer to the armory, disappearing around the corner. But before one disappears around the corner, you see it, instead of having the second set of jaws, it actually has a tubular protrusion, almost like a fleshy tongue that comes out, and you see it laying more resin on the wall, and then its tongue comes back in and it goes around. You're pretty sure, Mason, that it's clocked you, and it just ignores you and keeps moving.
They don't care about us at all.
They're making a fucking cafeteria in here?
Or a hatchery.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean more towards the nest. Right,
Yes,
keep
well-
on moving. Get to the armory.
Okay, but I'm just wondering if we're heading into that nest.
What else are we supposed to do, Mason? I mean, I know you can just fuck off wherever you want, but I have to deal with this.
Well,
Well,
there's,
I'm
we
just
can
saying,
either
do we have to
keep-
go to the armory? I mean, at this point, do we just need to go lower rather than this? But hey, whatever. Let's go
It
get
is
some
the same
guns.
way. Going past the
Okay.
armory will lead you back into that area, which Dante can tell you. It is back that way, so you will pass it on the way.
So we don't have to go through the corridor of the...
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about this? They're ignoring us right now. We could get down to level 3 and find something to help Dante, and then on the way back, go through the armory if we need to.
However,
Right now-
the only way off this rock is that space elevator. And to get to it, you're going to have to go down. So once you go down, you're probably not going to want to come back up. I mean, you can. I mean, you guys can run around the planet, dude. Just killing Xenos till you run out of bullets.
Hey, Captain, look, right now, we have a bit of diplomatic immunity. I think we take advantage of that.
Yep, and we take advantage of it to arm up, get some explosives, and get ready to blow this place sky high as we vacate. Nothing else is going up that elevator behind us.
You guys make your way down through the hallway. Literally, a drone pops out of a vent, crawls across the ceiling over top of you, and disappears into another vent, completely ignores you. Except to let its tail rub very lovingly across Dante as it passes.
Well,
Nope.
Just to make Aaron make that face. His face,
Nope.
right? Nope. Nope. You get to the armory door. The armory door is also open, and you see some more of the resin inside. Anybody who all's going in to search? Is anyone? How are you? Are you all going in, or are you going to? How you doing? How you doing it?
I have lots of very nice weapons. I can watch the door.
I'm sorry, Chaplain, but I'm going to ask that you go forward and use the scanner.
Yeah, I'll click on the motion scanner, see if there's anything coming that's in that
Oh.
room currently.
There's tons. You can't tell what level they are, but there's tons of movement.
Mason, this isn't helping. I mean, I showed him the scanner. I was like, everything's moving in here. It's
Okay,
it's
No,
a
the
fucking
okay,
goddamn
mess.
walls and ceiling.
Okay. Well, I change out my weapon. I'm not going to walk into an armory with my flamer out, so I will pull out the pulse rifle.
All right,
And-
Dante Mason, go get us whatever the fuck in there goes boom. Don't care what it is. If it explodes, grab it.
You guys go in. Please roll me observation rolls, which would be very good for searching, I think.
I rolled
Got-
an yeah, I got one, and I got a nice little chest
I
burster.
got 3 in a chest burster.
Okay, go ahead and track your panic there, guys.
That's an 8 on my end.
That's a
You
6
just
on
start.
mine.
Mason, you're fine. Dante, you just start trembling.
Fair, legit.
So, any skill rolls that you make from this point out will suffer a -2 penalty until that panic stops.
You got it.
What you find in there is it's mostly picked over, but there are 5 hazmat suits.
Might not be a bad idea.
Oh hell yeah!
Everybody gets a hazmat suit!
Yeah, and there's 6 of you with the 3 NPCs. Because you have the Fey 2 unit with you, but Chaplain and the Fey 2 unit don't need it.
Yep.
So, pretty much all of the human NPCs are covered at the moment. If you want to zoop up into a hazmat suit.
All right,
Yeah.
the environment's not going to infect myself, or the Fey unit, so no need. I can hold my
Soup
breath.
it is.
Actually, I don't even breathe.
I don't think
As
these
you-
go boom, but thank you.
There ain't anything else in there, Captain. I'm sorry.
Captain, you're also forgetting that there's a giant fusion reactor that powers the space. We could try to override that and set it for a controlled meltdown.
Works for me.
You guys make your way out of your armory and start making your way towards that, towards the lift that goes down. You come around the corner and you see these. Oh, do I have one? I don't have one. I did have one. I don't know where it's at. You see these big leathery sacks sat on the ground. In this particular area, there's about a dozen of them. And you need to get past them to get to the ladder to go down.
Mason, what are we looking at?
I ran into Xenos before. Do I need to make a roll or anything to guess at what these might be?
Yeah, go ahead and I'm gonna... Whichever's better for you, either observation or survival.
Alright. One success.
You reckon after not only what you've already been through, but everything that you've seen to date, these are probably egg sacs. And if you needed any confirmation as you haven't gotten closer to them, there are bodies like resined into the wall. You see towards one of them as the body twitches, like the person's coming conscious, the top of it just blossoms open and the chest burster, boom, right into this dude's, not the chest burster, the face hugger goes right into and just wraps around his head.
We might want to avoid that.
No
Well,
kidding.
there's 3 of us that are probably safe from a face hugger.
Dante is slightly infuriated.
Great. Bioorganic minefields, exactly what we needed. Dante, Chaplain, Faye, head through. Mason, you and I are going to do this at a run.
We
Fair.
gonna jog.
Or do you want to see if we can find a path through it that... Is there a path through it that would avoid proximity? Could we tell that?
No, it is not.
I mean,
Okay,
we would
well.
probably piss off the other aliens, but the three of us could start kicking eggs as we go through, setting them off so it's safer for you guys.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
think
really
what we're
test the
going to end
limits
up
of just
doing,
how upset they'll get.
we're going for the ladder. Captain, you're down first, if you don't mind me saying. And I'm spraying as I come down. And I pull out my incinerator.
Now, Mason, just to put this in your head, so far, the xenomorphs have ignored you. If you set that incinerator off in here, it could change things dramatically.
Oh yeah.
Just saying. Just to put that in your head. So
Gunny?
the first three, the Fey 2 unit, Chaplain, and Dante, make it to the ladder. You need to go up to the next level to go down. To get to the ladder, or get to the lift that goes down.
Okay.
You guys make it up the ladder, no problem. Check yourselves up. Up you go. Running
Dante,
through
Chaplain?
that corridor, it's going to be Silva, Mason, Wright, Zimuski, and Iona making a sprint down this hallway. So go ahead and make a mobility roll.
Oh, real quick. Chaplain, Dante, how's it look up there? Do we have it? Is it clear while we when we get to the ladder?
I mean, looks like everything else that we've seen so far.
Upstairs
Right.
looks okay. You don't see any of the resin up there.
You all did well in foot races, right? Let's do this. Mason, Gunny, hold off on using the flame unless we're getting chased by some of those hand things. If we can avoid using it, I'd rather do that. All right, guys. Let's do this. And I'm going to take off running. I am at a -1 because of my concussion, but I'm going to turn in that skill die that Corey gave me earlier
Okay,
for this
okay.
roll.
Right slid under my keyboard. Come out of here. She's like, I'm hiding.
Can't get me!
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And I'll go ahead and use my skill die too.
Okie dokie. What did you guys get? 3? 3. Iona got 3. Zamuski got none. He would be the last one to get to, and, right, she got 1. So she's right behind you. Unfortunately, Zamuski gets...
Uh-oh.
Back in the box he goes.
We just got more skill dice from Stevie.
So Corey, thank you for that skill dice we got to use. And yeah, Stevie, thank you for buying some more.
Thank you, Stevie.
Collecting
Be-
a nice little pile
Look,
over here.
I know they're being so nice to you guys. They haven't given you a complication yet. I'm a little disappointed.
If all
The rest of us that made it, are we being chased by facehuggers, or are they all going after Zamuski?
No, Zamuski had 0 successes, so essentially he trips along the way.
Oh,
And as he's getting up, one of them opens, classic alien.
Trips and falls to a facehugger.
Says, "Oh," and right onto his face. And down he goes.
I can go grab him, Captain, and bring him back. If we find a cure for Dante, it probably could be used on Zeminski.
As you're looking down the hole, going, I could go back and get him. You see one of the drones dragging him off.
Never mind.
Never mind.
The drone took him away, Captain.
I'm trying to decide if putting a bullet through Zamuski's head would trigger the aliens going after us.
He got a baby in him now.
Yeah, he's, well, in the process of getting a baby put in him.
Captain, it's all gonna be going up soon. It's not worth it.
Yeah, if we plan on blowing the base, the time that, sorry, Dante, but the time that Dante's been carrying what she's carrying, I mean, Zeminski would go up with the base and be saved, sort of. Just put out of his misery.
So Zamuski should still have his radio, and Silva's gonna say, "All right, Zamuski, sorry, we can't come back for you. Do what you got to do. Good luck."
He can't even hear you. There's literally no response.
Silva's cleared her conscience. Moving on.
From here, you all see that as you come up the ladder and you turn around, the first three of you that came up to the top notice that around to your, depending on which way you're facing the ladder, coming up the ladder to the right is the room that houses the Apollo unit, which is there are the mother units and their mainframe, and there's the Apollo unit, which is the Seegson less effective sort of mainframe, but that would control this base. Right now the base has little to no power. Anything that you all are planning on doing, including using that elevator, you're gonna have to get that mainframe back up.
I will say, computers do not appear to be my specialty. If anyone
you-
has any sort of
Well,
things we
if
can
you
do.
give me 10 minutes, I should be able to get the mainframes back up and running, at least enough to give us power to get down to where we're going.
Works for me.
All right, do it, Chaplain, and see what you can do about. You mentioned the fusion core earlier. See what you can do about giving it a long, slow burn.
I'm assuming
Give us
that'll be
some-
2 separate rolls. Correct, Game Mother?
As you get up to the door, it will be, but as you get up to the door at the moment is sealed. You're gonna have to find a way to get the door open.
Is there a panel next to the door or anything?
There is. It is broken.
Are we opposed to me rocket launchering the door open?
Well, I mean, that could damage the mainframes inside.
Yeah.
Mason, you still have that access card? Anywhere we could use that, or is that the broken panel?
Looking around, do I see any place where there's a access card port?
Yeah, it is. It's on that panel. If you can fix the panel, you can then and get the door open, or you guys can try and pry it open. I don't think any of you have a maintenance jack, though. I mean, you might. I don't know intimately what stuff you have.
So, I have electronic tools, and would it be Comtech to fix the panel?
Yeah, Comtech roll to fix the panel.
I mean, I have a cutting torch. Could we just cut through the door?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be Plan B. Chaplain, see what you can do. Dante, get the torch ready just in case.
1 success.
Yeah, it's going to take you about 10 minutes to do that, and if everybody's happy to wait, that will reduce everyone's stress by 1 point.
How much stress is everyone else looking at?
0.
Really? Are you sure? Did you really count? I mean, do we want to take advantage of the time, or do we want to hustle through?
I mean, cutting through the door would probably take as long. If it's a blast door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Silva's going to take advantage of a smoke break.
Mm-hmm.
Get a
Yeah,
good
which
good
will
die
allow you...
on rolling 6s.
Now, do remember that I made up and gave to you guys an item that you hadn't used yet, which was that brandy from the Phase 2 unit. If you all take a shot of the brandy, it will lower your stress as well by 1 level, so you potentially could lower your stress by 2 if you would like.
And as I'm working over my shoulder, I'm going to look at Dante because I remember what she does to lose stress. Is like, so what do you feel about pigs on your farm?
Oh, about pigs. Yeah. Yeah, the
mean,
farm.
Do you like them like you hate them like chickens or?
Oh no, pigs are great. They're very smart creatures. You know, you can't milk them or get anything from them while you're alive, but you know, They're good companions. They're smart. You can teach them tricks, and then once they get up there in age, you can make bacon. Make a couple rounds of bacon if you're really smart about it. Not gonna lie, Chaplain, it's looking pretty damn far away right now.
No, you're gonna get there.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
We're gonna get you there. I don't know if that because you're the one. Your character has the ramble thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The banter.
Did I ramble enough about what I kind of almost know about pigs?
Sorry, I put you on the spot.
Oh, not at all. I'm totally here for it. Dante is really, really sad at the moment.
Like, can we hurry this the fuck up?
Like, I want to not die, please.
As the door opens, the room is... everything seems to be on battery backup. The power is completely down. Most of what you need to do in this room is going to require you to sit down and make that comm-tech roll at the twonk. But as you walk over there, Chaplain, you see, standing out against the kind of orangish glow of the walls, and you see all these very soft server lights in here. You see a very small, very wide-eyed woman sitting at one of the third access terminals looking catatonic. If you get closer, you will see that there is a jack sticking in her arm, sinking her to the mainframe.
Well, I'm not sure what the synth is doing, Captain, but I have suspicions on who it is. And before anybody could say anything, I'm going to take the pistol that I have and shoot it in the head.
It'd be as effective as shooting you in the head with it. You would have to... you can do that. I'm not going to stop you. But if you want to disable her, A, don't unplug her from the mainframe, and B, you can just go in and shut her down completely.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Because right now she's not moving, and won't, because she's stuck in this power loop with the mainframe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over and shut her off.
Whoa. Is that smart?
Yeah, it is. If my suspicions are right, that's who had control of me earlier.
Look, I understand you might be, guess you might be upset, but what if she's doing something important, or what if, we don't know what they're doing right now. I mean,
she's not. She's 100% loyal to Colonel Myers, who's in charge of the project that put that in Dante. There is nothing that she would do to help us.
Shut her down now.
Yep. I go over there and shut her down.
How to make a comm-tech roll.
I went off screen because I had to look for names, and now there we go. I went too far. That is someone else's because I know my contact score is higher than that. There we go. That's right, 8. I don't know why I forgot that. 2 successes.
Yeah. It'll take you a little bit of time, but you can turn her off, and then you can get yourself into one of the access terminals and start accessing the Apollo mainframe.
And trying to get the power on.
As you're looking at it, there's a couple of things that you can initialize the reactor that's down on sublevel 2. Hold on. Rewind. The reactor is down at the moment, which is why Apollo has no power. If you take the elevator down to sublevel 2, reinitialize the reactor. When you come up here, you will be able to open doors. You'll be able to clear a path for yourself to various places that you will need to go,
And I'll relay
including sub-level 3.
I'll relay
And
that to the captain. Captain, I mean, we're gonna have to get the reactor online. There's nothing we can do here. We're gonna have to go down to the reactor, get it powered up. At that point, we'll have full control of the base, open doors, clear away. Either way, we need power to get to sub-level 3, and that's where we need to get.
All right, then let's go. What are we doing hanging around here?
Yep. Ionia, right? Everyone else that I'm probably forgetting their names if they're still alive and with us. Stay here. Keep this place clear. Don't shoot anything you don't have to. Keep the doors shut. Rest of you, let's go. Getting the reactor going.
And on the way by, the synth, so that or we go by, we're gonna grab out the little pack. I'm gonna stick a mustache right on her.
You get a mustache. Maybe Dante will shoot you.
put a mustache on you.
I know. It. I should have verified it, but if that's who that is, she was going to be no help to us. And if we turned her on or unhooked her from the mainframe, it was going to be bad on us. She was going to attack us. She's got no inhibitor to prevent her from ending human life.
Well, my initial reaction was to shoot her anyways, just to be safe. So, this seems like a quieter option.
Much quieter. Ah, there it is. Yes. You can follow the hallway out the other door and go all the way around to the elevator, which will take you down to sub-level 2. I mean, you go to sub-level 1, there's not a lot there for you. At the moment. And y'all are wearing hazmat suits, yes?
Yep.
Sure are.
As the elevator gets to the bottom, you know, you get your elevator music. Do 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 do. Hits the bottom, door opens. Mason, your little device that has been reading atmospheric sensors for you starts making that nice clicky Geiger counter noise. But
Checking
you're all
it
in
out.
hazmat suits. Yeah, you're all in hazmat suits, so when you look at it and it's like, if you weren't wearing hazmat, you would be glowing in the dark.
Yay!
Chaplain, that radiation going to be affecting you?
Shouldn't.
Go ahead, John, sorry.
No.
No, I got one success if that was on my reading of the machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just means that you're not gonna. It still has power, so that's cool. You're good. You're good. You're good. A couple of things are down here that you are aware of, or should be down here, that you've heard talk of, that you guys have not seen before. You've heard tell of an ammo depot somewhere in the base, but you'd never seen it before. You heard tell the part of the shaft that leads to the space elevator is here. Also, as the door opens, you see much more of that resin.
How goddamn long does it take them to do this?
I'm more
Better question is, how long have they been doing this?
Right, because this is a lot of work in just a few hours.
Look, it's a fucking infestation. Are we here to just... Are we here to fight aliens? We're here to get something out of my chest. Come on.
Okay, look, we're going. Let's do this. But holy shit.
There's a lot going on. Alright, let's make our way to the reactor and get that thing turned back on.
That's
You
a
don't
fun
see any.
laugh.
I know, you don't see any xenomorphic activity at the moment. But again, you do see the signs of the residue and the resin. As you come out and you're walking down the corridor, whatever formation that you guys decide that you want in that corridor, you see movement ahead of you. Whoever's taking point, please roll me an observation roll.
That's you, Gunny.
Whoa. I needed this roll later. 4 successes.
You see a dude coming down the hallway that looks something like this.
A human dude? Human adjacent.
But it's not wearing a hazmat suit.
Human
Jesus.
adjacent.
That's problematic.
They've got a card. That means they must be important.
I
Or shoot on sight. One of the two.
have my gun at the ready, but I motion them this way.
They're walking very casually. Roach comes trotting up to you, stops about 10 feet away from you.
Identify yourself.
I'm Davidovich. And you see his uniform is UPP.
Synth?
Yeah, that's me. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know. I mean, I know what we were doing here. But I'd say this is a scrap. This is a loss. I don't know who dropped that black shit all over the place, but I'd say that this place is pretty fucked.
Well, we already got ourselves one other. Captain? And I point at the patch on them.
Davidich, you want to ride out of here?
That's what I'm looking for.
Cool. Help us start up this power core, and we'll see about getting you a lift out.
Sounds good to me.
Gunny, right now, an extra hand is an extra hand. Keep an eye on them. If it looks like they're going to betray us, we'll shut them down, same as we did the other synth. For now, the whole enemy of an enemy, friend of a friend thing.
I can live with it.
You turn and carry on through the decon area, which at present isn't working. You carry on through the blast doors and turn to head towards the maintenance pits, which head in towards the reactor. As you pass by, Chaplain, please roll me an observation roll.
Yeah, it looks great. 0.
Oh no.
Cool. Excellent. Excellent. That's brilliant. I love it. I love it.
That
You
roll had a thunk too.
you come down the catwalk towards the maintenance pits, and you see in this small area, packed shoulder to shoulder, resined into the wall, are a number of fucking Marines, just that like Marine wallpaper around the room. As you stand there watching, as you rock up on it, one of the Marines starts convulsing, and their chest does, just for Aaron's benefit, and chest burster bursts out of its chest, slithers down onto the ground, hisses at you, and takes off. In the meantime, you see, as you're coming down this hallway, you see a drone grab the Marine that just gave birth to the chest burster, rip it out of the resin, toss it to the side, out of your line of sight, and begins resining another body up into the wall.
Zeminski.
So, go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say it's not Zeminski, is it?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay.
Dante's still got that trembling going on.
So, Davidovich, where's the rest of your crew?
That's it. I'm it.
And how'd you get down here?
Same way you did.
Discussing as we're walking on to the power core.
He just came in from the other direction. That was a big kind of almost stretched octagonal thing. You went in from one way because you wanted to hit the armory. He just came in from the other and came up another matching set of or ladder, is basically what he describes to you. Right now, these drones are passive to you. You'll see one come in, chuck a body down into the center of the maintenance pit, and fuck off. If the body is dead, it just drops it down into the pit and fucks off. As long as it seems you don't take any hostile action, they are ignoring you at the moment.
I'm gonna look down into the pit. I mean, is it just a pile of bodies down there, or is it just too far down that we can't?
When you look over it, you see there's probably a dozen bodies down there, but they're down there a ways. It's a pretty decent drop down into the reactor itself.
It seems like this is definitely a hatching chamber because there's at least 12 bodies down there, so we've got at least 12 more of them. I guess that's where they're all coming from. It's an assembly line, Captain.
Well, that'll be 12 dead more bugs when we get this thing going and ready to explode. Keep on going.
You come into the reactor relay room, and this is where Chaplain can get his comtech on.
Is this started up?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start her up.
I'm going to use one of my extra dice. This would be the one from Corey. And that is 2 successes.
Yeah, no problem. One would have done it for you. You fire that puppy back up, no problem.
We've got power, Captain.
Well done. I noticed. How are the aliens reacting? Any reaction from them?
No. Nothing. They're like, ooh, heat, thanks. Let's keep on. Only since they don't speak, whatever languages you all speak, all you hear is, it's all, I don't know how they communicate, telepathically, by signals, scent, something.
Pheromones.
Something,
Probably
yeah, pheromones.
Iona?
You smell no pheromones. Unfortunately...
Iona, Reese, you able to hear us?
Yep,
Right,
we got
not
you,
Reese.
Captain. Yeah, no, Reese is dead. yeah, we got you, Captain.
Any lights turning on up there?
Yep, whole lot of them.
Do either of them have comtech skill?
Not enough to do what you need Chaplain to do.
Huh?
But
Way
but
back.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, all right, we're on our way back. But go ahead, Rev.
Since Chaplain failed his observation roll at the back of the party and did not notice the other synths that were posing as bodies on the wall, could not pick them out from the rest, you hear the chambering of rounds behind you as Davidovich and 6 other synths are like, thanks for turning the power back on. That will be draw initiative, please, or roll initiative.
So much wrongness. And that's a 10.
I'm so sorry, y'all. What is initiative again?
Roll
A
a
D10.
D10.
Mason, please, you're first at number 1. Look
9.
at you with the 5. 9. And did you say you have a 10, Chaplain?
Yeah, I rolled. Well, it's a 0, so that's a 10.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Pulling up my pulse, and are they far enough away from us? I mean,
Yeah,
are they
yeah,
like,
I
they're
mean,
not
they're
like
in-
right on our butts, are they?
No, they're not right on your ass.
All right, well, I'm going to spend that lovely little extra dice that I got from Stevie. And I am going to, if I may, use my grenade launcher.
Yes,
The
you may.
underbarrel one, so. Pull up my roll for that really quick. So, +1. Yeah, just make sure I got all the right dice. Ooh, I get 1 more. And that is a roll. I gotta take a picture of that, and I'll post that in chat later.
Nice.
Either that's all successes or that's all stress, and I don't know which one is better for us.
I have enough stress, thank you. No, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Nice.
No.
Nice. Are
And
you
this,
adding? Are you adding extra damage?
I will add extra damage, and that is a 9 blast on that grenade launcher.
Which, I got 6 sixes on your blast radius, so please add that to the damage that you have total. So with your blast radius, I roll 1 die for every inch of your blast radius, which is, for you, it's a 9, right?
Yeah.
So 9, I got 6 sixes out of that 9, which adds 6 damage to whatever your damage is
Oh.
with that.
Well, that would be, 9 plus 2.
It's 11.
Okay, sorry, 9 plus 3 is 12, plus the 6 is 18 damage.
1 plus 1
Mason.
plus 2 plus 1.
Because they were all together coming down the hallway. Davidovich is with you. So, Mason, how you want to do that?
I just, very 80s action movie, turn around, swing my barrel up from the floor, and, cock the underbarrel, which it probably doesn't even have, fire the trigger, sails off right into the middle of them, and they all turn to watch it land to their feet in the very 80s style, and it blows up, sending their bodies all over the place.
White
Again,
milky
there's-
stuff everywhere.
Yeah, white milky shit everywhere. There's pieces of synth like grinding in the hallway and mouths with the milky stuff foaming out, and that weird latexy looking intestines like dripping all over the floor.
Good hustle,
Into
Mason.
Davidovich is going to, let's see, who do I want to fuck with? Well, it'd be better if I take out that synth, because that one's a pain in the ass. Maybe. Where's your... There it is. No. Literally, that's all you get is... Oh my god. Yeah, they are inferior. Oh, and he got 0 successes to hit Chaplin!
Rude.
3, 4, 5. 5 is Silva.
Silva. So, Silva. I don't have shaky hands anymore.
No, you shouldn't.
Alright. Silva is going to draw the sword out of Mason's scabbard and run over and try to just behead Davidovich.
Okay. Alright. If you get 3 successes, I will allow you to take the head clean off of it.
Well, then I'm going to use that die from Stevie to add to this then.
No! You're making the sad face.
I love
like
it.
the sad face.
That is 3 successes exactly.
Yes!
Nice.
Describe it to me, Ted. Give it to me.
And one of those is the Stevie die, so thank you, Stevie.
Very cool.
That is going to be... Silva's just going to run up to Mason, just kind of backhand draw the sword out of the sheath that was the Colonel's, and just bring it around, and again, just kind of backhand, just swipe Davidovich's head from the shoulders, and just say, "We offered you a ride, you son of a bitch!"
And he backs up, grabs his throat. He's like holding onto his throat as he backs up and backs. He's was stood close enough to shoot Chaplin, but standing closer to Dante. And as he backs up this way, he slams into one of the drones, who wraps its tail around his neck and finishes it and just drops the head on the floor and keeps walking. Body stumbles around and falls on the floor, and it's like twitching and twitching and twitching.
Chaplain, if we take that head back with us, would they be able to pull any data out of it?
Yeah, they will be able to. I mean, we could probably reattach that head to another synth body and get it up and running again.
Why?
No need, as long as they can pull the data out of it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Dante, you want the head?
No!
I'll have some head then. And Silva will pick up the head and just kind of like, it didn't look like it had any hair, but just use like the tunic or something or the jackets from one of the dead synths to make like a carry bag.
He does have hair.
Oh yeah, then just tying it to Silva's belt by the ponytail.
Man, that's so fucked up. Like, one of the drones is rambling past to throw a body in the pit and just kind of looks at it, looks at you, and just like...
Silva will wipe off the sword and put it back in Mason's sheath and... Thanks for the loan.
Yeah, happy. Happy to, yeah.
Happy to help.
I'm glad I don't
What
take
the fuck?
stress. That would have freaked me out.
Can we go now?
Sorry about that, Ionia. Yeah, now we're on the way. Sorry, ran into some hostile synths.
Alright, Captain? You alright? Your voice sounds, weird. You sound really...
Good down here.
You were just sounding like... You know that tone of voice that, you get whenever you beat Zamuski at cards? You had that tone.
Well, haven't been playing any card games down here that I'm aware of.
You're not
Keep
playing
your eyes
cards
open,
with
though. We're on our way
Zamuski
back.
anymore anyway. I think you're gonna beat Zamuski at cards from here on out anyway, Captain. The other place you guys were trying to go down here, now that you've got the fusion reactor back online, was to the ammo depot.
Thank you, Corey, for the extra skill die.
Yeah. They're gonna need it in a minute, so if y'all are feeling generous, they're gonna need it. I ain't a scared to tell you that. Let me set up as you make your way to the ammo dump. And that synth can mark this page for me. Oakley donkly. Do I want to do this now, or do I want to take a break and then come back and... You know what? Here's what we'll do. They get up to the door. No problem getting in now that the power is coming back online. You open, you walk in, and you see just all manner of ammo in here that you guys have been looking for. Fully restock. You won't have any problems. John's looking so... John, I am so upset that you would be that sus of me.
Rev, you're about to leave us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
I am.
like... Yeah.
You see just lockers that have, pulse rifles lined up in them nice and neatly. You see, 10-meter nukes stored horizontally, but the warheads have been removed from them. The radiation level in here is pretty damn strong. And one of those warheads looks like it has fallen down. The one without, not the warhead, the missile without the warhead has fallen down. And there are 9 crushed Marines underneath of it. But weirdly, in the side of the body of the missile, there are some claw marks, very large claw marks. And as you're coming in and you're like, shopping time! Everybody go to, well, I guess, whatever the MRRS depot. You see a Xeno larger than any of the other ones you've seen. Most of the ones that you've fought to date and the ones that you've seen have either been drones or soldiers. The soldiers average around 2.5 meters tall. The drones average around 1.5, 1.8 meters tall. This thing is a staggering 2.5 meters. It is massive. And it looks out of the bluey black light behind it, and that mist, that very classical mist just rising as its shadow comes into focus and lets out a roar. And that's where we're gonna take a break. Welcome back. We left our gang hanging in this place. They've been looking for all this ammo. I gave them ammo, guys, but also gave them a massive alien. Well, I didn't blame the module for that a little bit. Before we kick into this combat, John, any announcements coming up? I know you've got one going, buddy. Big one.
Well, I guess we can talk about really quick. I have a Kickstarter going for a role-playing game, Gutter Punk. It is a game where you play punks transported to another world, kind of Alice in Wonderland, where you face the forces of authority with magic, music, and attitude. So that is going right now on Kickstarter. We're actually at 450 something on our goal. So we're doing really well, and so it is funded. It's a great time to back it.
No, get out there, back.
Only more awesome things can come from it.
And I believe we have on Sunday, we do have Eliminated Page coming back.
Yep.
And let's see. Oh, and I'm trying to think. Do we have what else do we have? And then next, in another week, we will have Return to the Stars. We actually have a really cool series coming up. It will be 4 games coming from all members of the Independent Game Designer Network. So 4 different designers all coming to their channel to run their games in one-shots on Seriously Let's Play. And that is my announcements.
And I'm just going to throw out to everyone that I do expect that they're going to finish this tonight. I'm trying to really push them towards it. There's a few exciting things that are going to happen. But I think that this group is going to finish, so that means next Wednesday we won't be here. We won't be back till the following week, to give my players some time to like wrap their head around everything that's going on and get into new characters and a new mindset. But what I would like to throw out to the chat is that anyone that would be interested next Wednesday, I'd be happy to jump in the clamoring and run the Chariot of the Gods, which came with the starter set. Just throw it out and let me know, and we can get some people together. There's plenty of PCs, NPCs. We don't even have to finish it, just for you to be able to get your fingers into it and feel what the system is like if you'd like. Because my Wednesdays are free for Alien. So if you want to do that, just let me know in a PM or throw it up in whatever. Just let me know.
You should do it.
Ted, any announcements you've got, buddy?
Nope. Only announcement I have is be sure to catch us Tuesday nights on Post-Apocalyptic Jukebox. Aaron and I will both be in those.
Aaron, anything, or is yours the same as Ted's?
I'm the same as Ted.
Sean, you got anything going on?
You guys can catch us on Sunday for Illuminated Page, Horror on the Orient Express. We're trying to save the world and not lose a lot of sanity.
Sorry, y'all. We're just really trying to drag out that cliffhanger for you guys, so you really feel the tension that we are feeling.
So once again, they enter into the armory. There's numerous weapons and armor, weapons and bullets and that sort of thing in here, and there are also several smashed and crashed up bodies. And just from looking at it now, you think that whatever this big bastard is may have taken that missile body and smashed those Marines with it. Like, it's like that scene out of the Avengers, Hulk's puny god sort of scene that it has done with these 9 Marines. And that is initiative, if everyone wishes to, well, I'm sure you do wish to roll it because you don't want to let it go whenever it wants.
Ooh, 2.
I also got a 2.
Sorry,
I got a
everyone.
6.
What you got, Todd?
8.
Whew. All right. 1, 2. All right, decide amongst yourself who wants to go first.
You go ahead.
Okay. When we were arming up, I'm going to have grabbed a pulse rifle because why not? And I'm not great with shooting, but I'll start by opening fire. And that is agility. Yeah, that's not going to work at all. Yeah, I shoot the ceiling.
Great.
Bullets hit the ceiling, and the charger's like,
So, I have a question. Everything else has been rather nonchalant towards us. I understand that this is a much larger being, possibly with other motives. Does it look like it's gonna come at us?
It came out of that misty thing and kind of let out a screech. It had not yet attacked you, but it's been shot at, so it's pretty much a guarantee that it will now.
Oh, in all fairness, I shot the ceiling.
Good try.
Okay, then,
But also, by the 9 smashed Marine bodies, it's probably agitated as well.
might be
Good
a
talk.
little upset.
Go talk
Might
to
be a
it.
little annoyed.
Just go talk to it. Rub it. Just be like, shh.
Like the Xeno equivalent of a Saint Bernard. He's like,
Yeah.
scratch the belly, scratch the
Yeah.
belly.
That's it. You just want belly rubs.
Rev, out of character, is that gonna do anything?
No. If you,
What's happening? No!
I mean, if you walk up to it, it probably won't attack you until
Dante's
you attack it.
intention
But
is not to get a new puppy. It is to shoot a damn alien.
Best
So-
guard dog for your farm ever.
No, No! Shooting damn alien.
Shooting damn alien.
Till it starts eating all the pigs and chickens.
Yeah.
Is it
And
a bad
visitors.
idea to use my RPG launcher in here?
I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're panicked, I would say that would probably be in character extremely.
Go for it.
She shouldn't be panicked anymore. Her panic happened.
She's
Oh,
just
that's
oh, yeah.
true.
P.S.
mid-level
Everybody,
upset.
seeing this thing. P.S. Seeing this thing. Everybody take a point of stress except for Chaplin.
I never
I'm not sure if
complain
that's gonna
about
hurt me
it.
much right now.
John started laughing. It's like, how much do you have? Do you have more yellow dice than black dice?
Not yet, but that's gonna take a lot. But that's 4, which means my dice pool right now is 12 when I shoot.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have all these.
I'm back up to
fancy
3
dice.
again.
I'm gonna throw in 2 of these extra dice that people gave me because just for funsies.
Sounds like a good time to use them.
Yeah.
You know, my dear audience, I never in the course of any game, including this one, go for a TPK. But this might be my first.
Maybe not based on Aaron's facial expression.
So that was 7, and 1 stress die.
Go ahead and go ahead and do your panic.
4.
You're fine. You're okay. Your panic is fine. So you got 7 successes in hitting it with the rocket launcher. What would you like to do with those 6 extra dice?
Hurt it as much as possible. We're only adding 2 damage right now with extra successes, right?
You can no, it's 1 point per, so you can add. You rolled 7 successes, which can give you 6 extra damage.
I just want all the extra damage, please.
All the extra damage. Okay, okay.
Dante is upsetting Spaghetti, and she's getting to relieve some stress right now.
Firing an RPG at the alien while it stands next to a nuke.
Okay,
Yes!
do you want the good news or do you want the bad news?
Give me the good news, Doc.
The good news is you'll get 1 extra point of damage.
Cool.
2 extra points of damage because it got 5 sixes on its armor roll.
Hot damn.
Ooh. That is horrifying.
So how much total damage did you do to Big Boy? As Stevie said, not friend shaped.
7.
7 total. It's still there.
Damn.
The black rolls across it, and for a moment, it kind of wheels backwards and lets out a screech. At its screech, you guys see 2 of the soldiers come sliding in from the darkness in response to its cry.
Game over, man. Game over, man.
Who's next? I think that's Silva.
I don't think so. I'm a 6. There's still 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Aaron and I were 2.
Yeah, nobody goes before you. The creature doesn't go till 7.
No.
And next round I will be rolling for the soldiers. They will go twice, but right now you're the next consecutive.
Well, I'm going to do 2 actions here. 1 slow, 1 fast. The fast action is a command action to Mason of light them the fuck up.
I got him.
That is 5 successes on that command roll, which I
Nice.
believe will give you 5 extra dice on your light them the fuck up roll.
Do it.
And then for my slow action, which, man, I almost wish that had been this.
I think shitting yourself is a free action.
Did we all wear our brown pants to this fight?
Hazmat suits.
With the charcoal liner.
Ooh.
That is one success with 7 ones, and none of them were on the stress dice.
Wow. Oh.
What?
So, one success is all you need to hit if you're shooting. That's all you need is one.
All you need is
I mean,
one.
that's gonna be 1 hit for 2 damage. I don't think it's gonna do anything to the charger.
Let me roll his... yeah, because you're hitting him with your pulse rifle, yeah?
Take him off?
Oh
that
wait,
what you're
no. The damage on the underbarrel grenades. What did we decide that was? Because I have them listed, but I don't have
9.
damage listed for them.
9, yeah.
9.
So you I'm gonna leave it all on you guys. So you need to roll 9 dice, and the number of 6s you roll will be the damage you do with that blast radius. Because for his armor rating, he has an 18 armor rating, so I have a few dice to roll here. So I'm gonna do that while you do the other. That's 10. Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I rolled 1 success, 5 ones, and everything else was a 3, 4, and a 3.
Okay, so for your 6s, that just adds to that. That's the damage in that blast radius. He rolled. You will still do a point of damage to him mathematically. So you basically hit him in the nose with the grenade, and he's like, "Oh!"
We need a bigger newspaper.
Newspaper.
I think Mason
In-
has that.
In 7, the charger throws its arms out, wheels its head back, and unleashes the movement, call the guard. It lets out a shrill cry for help, calling 3 more soldiers to its defense. You see them in the distance. They cannot engage until the next combat round, which is when I would roll for them and the other 2. So there's it and 5 soldiers in the room with you. They are not all lumped together. They are spread out. This room is... I'll show you what it kind of looks like to you all, and the folks at home, bear with me because I have to go back to the map. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. The map for that, where the ammo depot, this is gonna be really hard to see for you guys, but so the reactor is here. This whole thing is the ammo depot.
Oh, jeez, that's huge.
So they are spread out across it. They're not all lumped together. And you guys came in through the blast door at the top of that there, right up here. So the charger is back in here, and these soldiers are coming out from around this way. They are spread out through the room. That's the action that it takes in 7, and the last person to go in this round until I have to roll for the other soldiers is Mason.
Captain, could we just float through?
All right. I tell all of you, get the fuck out of the room and go. And where are we technically right now? I mean,
You are just inside that blast door. You're just inside. Let me flip that back over for you again. So there's 2 sets of blast doors leading into the armory. There is one... Hold on, sorry, it's hard for me backwards. There's one here and one here. You guys would have saw it as you came through the second blast door, and you're probably in this little area that's... There you go, that's better. That's opening up. Move that more in the center. So the charger's down in the middle. So you guys are probably in this general area here. You probably didn't... I didn't let you get very far into the room before I showed you the charger. So you're probably about 20, 30 feet from the door.
you've got 1 round to get out of this room. And I am going to activate my special ability. And I am going to run over to this missile, which doesn't have a warhead, you said, right?
No, it doesn't. No.
But it should still have its fuel and payload. Its other payload, its explosive payload, right?
Yeah, it won't be as big of a blast, but yes.
And I will...
In theory, since I dropped the hint, if it blows, it's going to blow all the ammo in this room. You're going to set off one, you're going to set off another, you're going to set off another, and all of it's going to go up.
That would only... Is it possible, feasible, my friends would be able to get away?
Oh, yeah. They have the entire round, and none of them have taken their fast action, technically. So they can, or their slow action or whatever, they can get out of the room. They've all only used one action, which was to attack. I'm giving it to you, Ted, because you're going to get it anyway. They won't go again until Mason's turn in the following round, which is the end of the following round.
I'm lighting them up, boss.
Yeah. So, for the folks at home, I gave all of my players each a special ability that they can activate during the course of this particular module. It was for the player, not for the character. And Mason's special ability is, unless John minds me reading that.
Nah, go ahead. I think it's a good reveal.
He has we are going to kill them, right? And once per the series, he may use his ability to mesmerize the xenomorphs, and for one combat round, they lose all action. And that combat round begins and ends with Mason's turn. So Mason went in 10. Mason will be able to activate the ability as a free action, set the bomb, and get everybody out of the room.
Yeah, I double fist some grenades, run over to the missile, and I yell. I'm basically like, "Hey, remember me? You can smell it on me, right? I've seen you before." And I'm just gonna, I'll just run over to the bomb and set it all up.
And just as Mason shuts that second blast door, you all feel this. You feel the base rock. You know those little bird things in Alien that tick to, they stand all straight upright trying to tip backwards and then start going wildly. And the last thing you see on that second blast door is the claw that charger hit it as it just...
Farewell, Mason.
No, Mason didn't die. Mason got out.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, whatever.
Because they were mesmerized.
Yeah, they were mesmerized.
Oh, I thought, hey.
You got out.
You can't
There
leave
we
yet,
go.
John.
Sure. They all do that? No, yeah, I'm cool with it. I was kind of like, setting the bomb and getting out the door, maybe I wouldn't be able to do that, but hey, if I can do it, cool.
Well, yeah, because once you get to your turn in the next round, they won't be able to move until you do. So you would have been able to get out the door.
Nice.
No self-sacrifice today.
I mean,
Not
unless you want
yet.
to die heroically.
God,
there.
Mason, hello.
Mason's like, remember me? Alien's like, pulls out its phone and is like,
On the little Rolodex.
Yeah.
got a little Rolodex. Don't remember.
you.
Mason just will not die, no matter how hard the xenomorphs try. They need to stop
Get a
playing
punch
with their
card,
food and
get a
just kill
sword.
them.
I'm sorry. I know. Every time Mason is in combat with one of these, I inevitably roll a friggin' 2. Almost every time.
They're always
Was that-
swiping left when they should have swiped right.
Swiped right, right? Yep. So, you guys will be able to make your way back up to Apollo. Chaplain.
Oh, that's right. I gotta set this thing to blow.
You do.
What time do you want on this, Captain?
Enough time for me to go through major surgery.
So 20 minutes?
You can do it within a shift, which would be 5 to 8 hours, which would give you time to get out, take the cargo elevator up. You hope. And again, aside from what just happened in that room, the drones and stuff that you walk past as you get back close to the Apollo room, they ignore you. Except for the ones that stroke you lovingly on the way past there, Dante.
It's one success.
That's all you needed was one.
Nice.
Just the one is plenty. My god, Ted, I'm just seeing that roll. That is atrocious.
And that happened to me twice in a row, back to back.
that was atrocious. There's nothing like flinging 10 dice for the alien and nothing comes up. You're like...
I was gonna say, all right, Captain, this is gonna blow in like 5. You said 5 to 8 hours, right?
Yeah. You got
5 to 8 hours. Sorry, it's not more precise, but you know.
The other thing that when you're in the system, you realize that the clamps that hold the elevator, the space elevator down, are locked. So if you hadn't come in here, you wouldn't be able to lift the elevator. You can now release the clamps so that it can go up.
Cool. Also, Captain, it's a good thing we did come in here. The clamps on the elevator were locked, so they have been disengaged.
Why the hell? You know what? Doesn't matter. 5 hours, people. Let's do this. Time to boogie. Silva, let's go pop this thing out of you. Sorry, Dante. Let's go pop this thing out of you.
You did it this time. It wasn't me. It was you. It was you. That was 3 times. Okay. You may now take the elevator that is dedicated to go to sublevel 3, which is around from where Davidovich came. You take the hallway down, and you come out of the thing near the... I think it's near the weapon. Give me 2 seconds here. This writing is green on green.
Why do I feel like sublevel 3 is going to be really gooey?
Yeah, it's near the weapons testing lab. There's a couple of rooms in there. You come out into the weapon testing lab itself. But the medical area is down here also. Ashwell. As the elevator opens and you come out of that room into that hallway in the weapons testing area, you see overturned on its side, make sure I describe this to you correctly, is a cart. It looked like almost like a gurney, and laying on its side is this glowing blue It's an overturned cart with a long blue stasis tube, holding an older man with multiple contusions on his face. The only thing he's wearing is his underwear and his dog tags. It is Colonel Myers. And you can tell he is in cryostasis at the moment.
It looks like Myers is taking the coward's way out.
Wasn't Myers dead up above, or was that someone else?
No, that was the major, Sean. Come on, you got it right there in front of you. I have to flip too far. Major, can't want to hack it, but that's not his
Major
name.
what's his nuts.
Yeah.
Houlihan.
Hatfield, I think was his name.
Yeah.
Myers is the one that was in charge of Project Life Force, which was the experiment on the alien, or the xenomorphic material, and trying to weaponize the xenomorphs.
Tube gets an angry kick from Dante.
And we could probably pop open this cryotube and have him tell us where in the Draconis 34? What's that?
26.
26.
You can
Yes.
reasonably assume from what you have learned from Wright and the other doctor that it's probably in the medical bays. You can wake him up, not going to stop you, but you're pretty sure it's in the medical bay areas where you need to go.
True.
Chaplain, do we need this guy?
I mean, if we can't find it in the medical bay, we can always come back for him, but I'm fairly sure that we're going to be able to find the cure there.
I mean, it's on a cart. You can write the cart and take him with you, and then if you don't need him, just fucking leave him there.
Cool. Yeah.
That's a viable option as well.
We'll haul the Colonel Popsicle along with us.
Popsicle.
Dante, your call. You want to haul him along or just ice him here?
A dick pop.
It's not a part of the mission, Captain.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how Silva would interpret that response.
I have an alien in my chest. I would like out now, Captain.
I'm having a baby I don't want.
This is an unfortunate situation for me. I want to be on a farm off planet, please.
Fair.
You can
Easy solution it
interpret it
is.
Dante
And-
is holding it together.
Easy solution then. Silva would just shoot the guy through the tube, right in the head. Continue on to the
100%
med bay.
can. Yep. You pop him. Blood starts freezing instantly and then just stops flowing. You guys carry yourselves on down around the weapons storage thing. There is something else you need to see in here, I think.
That was for Wojak.
And definitive
clearly
Mitch.
not. Okay.
David wasn't really a friend.
Oh wait, no, the other one's Zavinsky or the one that got hauled away.
Zamuski. Yeah, Zamuski.
Polish names.
You have to kind of come up to go back down. You come up to where you see where the space elevator is, and then you kind of have to come back down and circle back. It's the weird layout they have in here to come into containment staging before you go around up to where the medical area is. Dante's like, would you hurry the fuck up? I said the elevator, and Aaron's eyes went.
It's like, that's not the medical bay.
In this area, there's these huge warehouse-sized storage areas that looks like where they have stored various things in these huge, long hallways with containment units in them. If you think very similarly to Mass Effect Andromeda and that big hallway where they kept all the colonists, it's 3 bays of that sort of thing where they've been keeping things. But they're not keeping colonists in there. Inside of these tubes, you see xenomorphs in various stages of development, frozen in here in containment. Right inside the door is a power loader. The old get away from her, you bitch armor.
Yep.
It is in the hallway in the side to move these things around. It's not powered up at the moment, but you do see that in here, and you do see the marks on the floor indicating that it had been used to move these sorts of things. Nothing else of interest particularly in here. You can make your way over into the where the medical lab and isolation or quarantine labs are, which is where you need to go, Dante. You get coming into the sub-level med lab. It's relatively unscathed in here. Looks like it was what did I say now, Ted?
Meth lab.
Yeah, I'm sure you said med lab, but it sounded like you said meth lab, and I had to snicker. I'm sorry.
Okay. Playing with you for it probably should be a meth lab. Just saying.
Love you, game mom.
You back? You do see 4 auto docks in here in various states of disuse, except one. On one exam table holds a strapped-down corpse, gagged, with a hole in his chest, ribs bent outward, as if he had already delivered his young. And in various areas around here, you see some medical cabinets that look like they're still locked and intact. So it just depends on what you want to do now.
Is there an open pod bed thing?
Yeah, there's 4 auto docks.
Dante is on it.
I'm gonna start looking for the injection.
Yeah, I'm with Chaplin. Dante, before we try these autodocs, since they didn't work for that guy, let's try to find that injection for you first and see if that works.
That guy's not in the auto dock. He's on a gurney. He's not in the auto. He didn't
Oh.
make it to the auto dock. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay.
He didn't quite get that far.
So, can we assume that the autodocs have that in it, or do we need to find that still?
No, the auto docks will cut it out of her.
No, I want to find the Draconis 26.
Not in here. You don't see any of it.
Oh, okay. All right. To the autodoc.
Look, do I need anesthetic? Put me under. I'll take it. Just whatever you guys gotta do.
You will want to
say,
anesthetize her for this because
Yeah,
it
I
will
was
be
gonna say,
excessively painful.
As your doctor, you're I know you were brave last time during the exam, but this thing is going to cut into you. You need to be out for it.
Chaplain, just don't put on one of those stupid mustaches. Do whatever you have to do. I do not care. Get this thing out of me now!
All right, click. Push the button. You're anesthetized. As soon as she's out, though, I'm going to get this little sly grin on my face. I'm going to put a little mustache on her.
On her?
Yeah.
I mean, she's gonna fuck you up when
you
she wakes
son of
up.
a bitch.
Go ahead and roll your medical aid, though. Go ahead and roll your medical aid to make sure that this thing is doing what it's supposed to do, when and how it's supposed to do it.
Okay, I will roll my medical aid, but could I use my talent in this case to help with this? My one-time use?
She's not actually taking any damage, so you might want to hang on to that.
Okay, I will.
Can I do a command to try to give some extra dice there for this?
You certainly may. You certainly may.
Silva's gonna grab Chaplin by the lapel and say, "Look, you pull this out, I'll let you put mustaches on all of us to freak Dante the fuck out, but get that thing out of her."
I've got a whole package of them. That works.
I hate you. I hate all of you. All of you are the worst. I'm going so far away once we're alive.
So 2 more dice?
Yep, and it looks like someone just bought you a extra skill die for the surgery too.
Stevie, thank you, Stevie. So I've got 3 left. I'm going to use 2. So this would be the first one that Stevie bought me and the second one that Corey bought me, and I will hold that last one in reserve. Because I've been rolling crappy this time. Ooh.
I don't know if that was a good ooh or bad ooh.
That's a good ooh. That is 4 6s.
Nice. Super nice, y'all. Look at you guys. So special. It's still gonna take several hours to get this thing out of here in order for it to cut in a fashion that doesn't cause her pain, and doesn't traumatize her further, and for her to wake up. So it's gonna take a couple of hours. You do have time, if you wish, the other 2 of you to, if you want to search the quarantine lab, you may. Or if you just want to stay here and hunker down, you may also do that. Because the quarantine lab's literally just down the hallway and separate from the other hallway you came in, so you're not doubling back into an area where you were under threat that you know of before. So you can go down there if the 2 of you want. If you don't, it's fine too.
I'm checking
I'm waiting
it
for
out.
Ted to do that one time and accidentally light that little bastard on fire.
Okay, that lighter he has is actually humongous and terrifying, so...
God, that would reek. But no, yeah. I am going to go check out the quarantine lab after I take 10 minutes to lose some stress.
Okay, yeah, you guys can definitely do that. Anybody that wishes to take the time to lose stress, you may. I'm assuming that if Silva's smoking, she's, or he is, chilling out and, sucking in all the cool. Is that...
Oh, that sweet nicotine.
I'll say, is that nicotine you've got in that particular one?
No, it's probably the, what's that called?
Space nicotine.
Space nicotine.
The not ketamine stuff that I'm supposed to remember the name of.
Taurine?
The horse tranquilizer?
Guanine?
Wait, I
No.
know I had to look up from the room description to go, wait, you're smoking ketamine?
No, Rev, you told me there was one specific drug I was supposed to remember the name of,
Oh shit,
and
no, I
I'm
can't.
blanking on it.
Nap relief?
Nap relief. It was nap relief.
I don't think you smoke that, though.
I don't think you smoke it either. I don't think you smoke it either.
Hey, look, if you can squirt it into a cigarette, you can smoke it.
And this is why we have a content warning on this particular show. It's Rook and Rasp. After dark.
Welcome to the nest.
Welcome to the nest.
Ooh, you got a reduced stress, Silva, from Corey.
I will take it. That's my last stress die gone then. Thank you, Corey.
I'm feeling fine. So, Mason and Dante, you're going to trot your little selves around the hallway and take a look in the quarantine
Dante ain't
lab.
going anywhere. She's having an operation
God.
happen. I love you, Rob.
No, you can't move yet. You have to stay still.
Ice or better. Just get more anesthetics, Doc. That's great.
Or give her the ketamine.
Right, Mason, let's do this.
So, you get down, there's a number of different stalls and booths, and there's kind of a roundish sort of room. It's a decagon. It's 10-sided. There's strobe lights going off, emergency lights flickering in here. There is a med pod in the center stage of the chamber. On either side of it are medical monitoring stations. There's an array of surgical instruments laying scattered across the floor. There's a closet, but the other walls of the room appear to be glass doors. The room has 7 stalls, each with a cot, sink, toilet, and thick plexiglass door/wall. The door has a waist-high tray slot and a pair of computer-controlled robot arms used to administer drugs. Both 1 and 2 are smashed open from the inside out. 3 and 4 are dark, so you'd have to open them up to see what's in it. 5 and 7 are lit, but you can't really tell what's in there. And then there's the medical monitoring stations, and the lockers. So it depends on who wants to search what.
So Silva has the shoulder-mounted lamp, and I think they would just go and shine it into each of the dark rooms just real quick to get an idea of what's in each of them before going to explore one of them first.
Yeah, there's only two dark ones, and as you shine it through the glass door, you see the room. In each room has a body in it. One looks male and one looks female, but from outside the door you can't tell anything out of it. But they do look dead. They don't look like they've popped. They don't look like anything like that. They just look dead. The rest of them are just empty. There's lights on, but they just look empty.
I'm gonna check the lockers. You said there were lockers, right?
Yeah, there is a locker.
All right. Need me to make a roll, or?
Yes. Yeah, make a which is better for you, Comtech or heavy machinery?
Strangely enough, heavy machinery.
Go ahead and roll that to pop open the lock. And while you're making that roll, Silva, what else are you doing?
You said there was some like auto dock type machines in here to automatically do the injections and stuff.
There's another med pod in here.
Gonna be checking that med pod out and specifically looking where you load the drugs to see if there's anything that says draconian or draconis or anything like that.
Draconis 26. There isn't. However, once you get up to the side where the medical monitoring stations are, you do see a number of syringes there. Please make me a med aid roll. And while you're making that roll, I will go back to Mason. Mason, you get 1 success, did I see?
1, yep.
Okay, inside of that locker, there is a number of surgical tools or anesthetics in here. Any of them that you could want, you can take whatever you want or leave it. You also find a bag with Eckford's name on it, like her go bag, such as you will. Inside the bag is a pressed $6,000 business suit, $100,000 in Wayland Yutani cash, 2 med kits, 6 doses of recreational drugs, a vial with the 26 Draconis strain in it, and a G2 electroshock grenade.
It's a hell of a go bag. All right, I take the whole thing and throw it over my shoulder. I'll grab some sedatives as well.
Mm-hmm. Get yourself some anesthetics. What did you get? You got 2. These syringes are in fact the 26B Draconis strain. It looks like this is not the inoculation variety from what it says on the tube with that second success. It will tell you that it is the weaponized version, and should any of you inject yourselves with it, it will probably turn you into what Wojcik was, because it's made from Wojcik's blood.
So grabbing each of those off the racks and just shattering them on the ground? Well,
Mhm.
shatter one, see if any black gooey shit starts trying to go into my foot, and if I don't see any, then it's just purposely breaking each and every single one of those before we leave this room.
You do see movement from it, but right next to it is a nice little thing of rubbing alcohol that you can easily torch and burn that up.
That is the plan, then. Making a nice little bonfire out of every single one of those syringes.
Yeah, I think there's 6 of them. Well, there's 6 of them now. I'm pretty sure it said 6, but there's 6 of them there. There was enough for each of you, basically, for each of you to have a dose. So you blow those fuckers up.
Enough for each of us to accidentally
Deadly
weaponize
dose
ourselves.
yourself. Yep.
Assholes.
That would have experimentally been an interesting reaction in Dante's body.
Quite fascinating. No.
Mhm.
All right, let's. Do we need the dose for that auto dock? Because there's one in this bag. Okay.
Is it
just
one of the
it's cutting
inoculation ones or one of the weaponized ones?
I show it to you.
Go ahead and roll your med aid.
I'm gonna push that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Not a clue. You'd have to have Chaplin look at it to be sure.
Bring it just to be
This-
safe. If the
'Cause
auto dock doesn't work, we'll just put it in Dante.
This vial just says 26B Draconis, where the other one had a paper that was laying under that basically told you what it was, comparatively speaking. Now that you've burnt the other one, you have nothing to compare it to see if this might be the inoculation versus the weaponized version. So, you go back in, you guys can wait for Dante to be finished, and you can watch as this thing cuts it open, grabs the chest burster, and carefully extracts it from her, and puts it into a thing and puts it into a container, floods the container with liquid, and seals the container.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Well, yeah, because if it busts it, it's going to leak acid everywhere, so they just put it into a liquid.
Hey, Chaplain. What's this look like to you?
Kind of busy at the moment. Can it wait?
Sure.
You have really the auto dock does the work for you. All you gotta
okay.
do is keep checking it. So you
Yeah.
if you want to look at that, you can. It's
Yeah.
no
What
problem.
do you got, Mason? What do you need me to look at?
I show you the vial.
And I will roll
Your med
medical.
aid.
2 successes.
It is the weaponized version of the 26B Draconis.
I don't think that is the cure. That looks like it was probably the weaponized version.
Alright, let's get rid of it. And I'll find a way to incinerate this one as well.
There's plenty of supplies in here. You can find, again, rubbing alcohol. You can smash it on the floor, or you could like put the puddle down, smash it into the puddle, and then burn it.
I was gonna say just insert it into the test tube with the chest burster.
No. No, I burned that, no. Remind me after show to tell you the stories that I have heard in other alien books.
So now that we got it out, I'm assuming the auto dock is doing the auto close procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
100%. Like I said, it takes a couple hours. Dante wakes up.
Congratulations,
Everyone
Private.
has
Dante
Elizabeth
wakes up
mustaches.
to see a baby chest burster staring her in the face, like right from beside her.
Congratulations, Private. It's a girl.
Wait, really? What? What? What?
It's
And
out.
as the
You're fine.
anesthesia lifts, you realize that it's in a container filled with liquid behind glass.
glass.
I know I'm a bitch. That's good.
I have good news, Private. Looks like you're going to be able to get to that farm.
Thank you, Chaplain. Thank you, guys.
Alright.
Can we get off this fucking rock?
Now,
Yeah, let's get to.
do you realize that we all have mustaches on, right?
Look, Chaplain, I don't care about the mustaches right now. It's great that you guys are trying to put on a show to like bring levity and everything, but it's like she's standing there. She has the little mustache.
As soon as you
on her
do
nose.
that, man, you feel it on your lip.
Chaplain, you son of a bitch.
Right,
I do
time
not
to
have
go.
time for this right now.
I would take it easy. You're going to be in a lot of pain.
Easy? There's not time for easy. There's time to get off the stupid rock. Ah, Jesus!
Yeah, I would be careful when firing your pulse rifle. That is going to hurt.
Great. Fucking great. Can we move on now, please?
Also, something I'd like to raise when we leave, Captain. I don't know that they're going to ignore us anymore.
Well, they'll ignore you, but everybody else is a little fucked.
Well, you know, as long as one of us gets off this rock.
We just carry the baby in a jar.
That
Bring
might,
a baby in a jar.
that might actually piss them off.
It may aggravate them.
Let's not poke the bear.
Let's just find the goddamn space elevator and get out of here.
Agree.
Right, we got like an hour left before this place blows. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You make your way to the space elevator. Get yourselves inside. The climber car is what it's called.
That was disturbingly easy.
You. There was a charger in the other room that was supposed to fuck you all up, but one of you had a special ability. I can amend that if you like, Ted.
Yo,
I know, we
And
have
have it
3
come
other
charging
special
back down the
abilities
hallway.
happening.
You guys get into the climber car. There are seats. There's the whole control deck. It is 3 floors. There are levels to the climber car. Chaplain has released the clamps that hold it in place, so it doesn't, so it can lift up and go up to the mining platform, or not the refinery platform above. And you may begin your ascent as long as one of you makes your heavy machinery roll.
I've got an 8 in that. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
I also have an 8. Is there support that we can do?
Yeah, one of you can make it, and anyone else that can help, you can get up to a +2 to the roll, depending on who's making the roll. Well, whoever makes the roll. One of you make the roll, and the others can pitch in to give assistance.
Yeah, I'll help with it. Aaron, you can take the lead on it.
I'll take it.
You don't have to roll anything, Sean. You helping just adds a die to her pool.
Oh, okay.
Gonna add this one last special die I got over here.
Silva will also assist if possible, and leave Mason.
Yeah,
just
save your
keep an eye out.
save your special die and take a die from Ted. So save your special die. Don't throw them on the floor, Aaron.
Thanks for the tip, Rev.
How many successes did you get?
This is you, Aaron.
Oh, me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We were supporting you in the role.
I'm sorry. I blitzed for a second. I'll go to you.
You were like,
Lots. The answer is lots. Hold please. 8.
Ooh, jeez.
nice. You have the climber car. It starts going. The clamps, as you the impulse goes to them, and they release. You hear them all release smoothly, and the car begins its descent. From out the viewport windows, you see the base rapidly start disappearing below. Not too rapidly, because of course pressure would your head. But you see the base growing smaller. You see the doors open. You see the light-ish of day as you begin your ascent upward. You guys are able to sit down and start to relax.
I just thought of something. If that base goes off, the elevator keeps going up, right?
The elevator will continue to go up once the base blows. If you guys aren't at a destination to get off of this, the planet will continue to spin. The elevator will stop spinning, and it will slowly wrap it around the planet. Or the moon. Sorry, you're on a moon.
That'd be fun.
Let's hope we get up there before that goes.
So, Dante does have it. Excuse me, sorry. Throat went really dry for a second there. Dante has it moving at a decent speed. You're pretty sure that you will potentially be able to make it to the area. It's probably going to be a little bit close. Anything anybody's doing while you're making yourselves quite comfortable on that control deck?
Yeah, I don't trust any of this, and I grab. I ask Chaplin for his motion detector.
I'll hand it over.
The motion detector hits your palm when you hear from below you a coming from somewhere down in the bowels of the car.
You had to ask for that motion detector.
It was fucking here already. Come on. And let's go find what has hitched a ride.
You
Not
go
home
down
yet,
to
ladies.
level-
Let's do this.
You go down to level B, and there's a whole bunch of chairs in it. As you can see on the second one there, it looks like a theater. And you're in that area when the floor underneath it buckles open from the cargo area at the bottom. Rushing out of the hole are 2 soldiers, and climbing out behind it is another very large alien, this one with a massive crest on its head,
There it is.
and it lets out a scream. Please roll initiative.
Deny.
Mama's come home to
Got a
roost.
3.
That's an 8 for me.
I'm gonna make my life easier, and the queen and her 2 soldiers are gonna go in the same initiative order. Orders. I'm sorry, orders. Orders.
Hors d'oeuvres? Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
No.
The queen's like, Mason, baby, I'm here. I've been waiting for you all day.
Did you get my gifts?
Starts doing some grease shit. You're the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Olivia,
Okay.
no!
No! 1, 2, 3. Aaron.
So Dante's there. She's getting her bigger gun all loaded up and ready, and just today. Fucking today. No, I'm fucking minutes away from my stupid farm with the stupid pigs and the stupid barley. Game over, you son of a bitch! Game the fuck over!
Just
And
to give you guys a very accurate picture of where everyone is on that car, you guys are up towards the back. The queen is in the center. There's a soldier on either side, so they're not all lumped together in like what I
I'm
call
going for gold,
fireball
man.
formation. So
I
you're
want to
shooting-
take that queen out.
You may certainly try.
So I'm using my special move to do this, Rev.
You are. What is your special move again?
Game over, man.
Game over.
Game over.
Okay.
It says 1 Xeno.
You are correct. It does. Dante, please describe for me what you do to the alien queen.
So with all that preamble, Dante brings up her launcher, aims it, takes a breath down the sight, and there's a film cut to this beautiful golden wheat field with a cute little cottage, and an adorable little woman walks up the door and just waves her hand as that rocket comes straight out from her gun to blow up the queen.
The rocket leaves it. You all watch it, and you're all like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, we're in an enclosed space.
We're
The
gonna
queen
die.
opens her mouth to scream, and the rocket goes in. And for a second, nothing happens. She starts to make her move forward, and then... That's the good news. Anybody want the bad news?
A lot of acid everywhere.
A lot of acid everywhere. It's going to start eating through.
Yay!
And here I was thinking maybe in this universe the aliens carry their young like spiders.
Ooh.
Oh, that's even worse. I like
Oh
the acid
god, that's
thing, you-
horrible.
That is horrible. That's absolutely terrifying, John. Thank you for that image. An alien stops and all these little babies come spurting off its back.
Well, that'll be in the next game.
Hey, why not?
Hey, why not?
Because no.
Did you go in 3, Aaron? 4? 5? 6? Okay, 6 is the soldiers. Clearly Dante's in the middle. Who is on either side of Dante so I knew who is standing where? So
I'll be
right,
left.
Chaplain's okay. You be left, you be right.
Chaplain probably towards the back, yeah.
Okay. We have soldiers going after one after Silva, one after Mason. So anybody trying to dodge before I throw this roll? Or not dodge, but block?
Silva would like to try to block.
Okay, Silva, you will not need to because it's doing the it's not going to do any damage to you with that attack.
I'll try to block.
Yeah, he's assessing the threat. Everybody increases their stress level because you're within medium range of the Xeno, but he's just hissing quietly, all the more threatening. That's all he's doing. Mason. My god, I swear to fuck. I swear to Christ. I swear to Christ. Okay, look, y'all. So the 1 is what I rolled for Silva. I just rolled that right there, which is a fucking
so
2
funny.
on Mason again.
Man, Mason,
So-
why don't you have the alien in your chest yet?
Oh, wait, no, this isn't a drone. This is different.
But still a 2, which
Okay.
is bonkers.
Okay, Chaplain and Mason and Dante, please roll me a mobility roll. Though, Mason, you can block this because it will do damage.
So mobility
Silva
roll
doesn't
first.
have to.
No, because you're on the other side.
Mobility roll first, or
But make your block roll first.
okay, that's
That's-
close combat, right?
Yes, close combat roll.
That is a 1 from me.
Yeah, 1 success for me.
That's
Okay.
2 successes from me.
Okay, let me roll its attack. 2 successes. Okay. On your mobility, the tail of the creature whips out, takes the feet out of Chaplain and Dante. But with your success, it just knocks you off your feet. It doesn't do any damage. Mason, as it almost hits you, you were able to bat it away with your rifle, and it does not hit you because it only would have done 1 point, and you got 2 successes. So that means the attack missed you. Did not knock you on your ass. This time, they do get
This
to go
time.
again.
Oh
though.
yeah, and it's probably gonna go before me.
7.
That's Silva. So Silva's gonna shout, "Get off your asses and melt him! It's the only way to be sure!" And I'm gonna activate my special ability, which removes 2 stress from everyone, and you all have +2 dice to your next action.
Ooh.
Okay,
cool.
well I can take that. I was about to say, don't take my dice away.
Don't take my dice away. Calm down, calm down.
And I don't know how many grenades I had. I've already fired 3 throughout the entire arc. Oh, cool! I got one left.
They're on
You have
us.
1 left.
Oh no, there's the one that just kind of hunched down and hissed
that's
at me from further away. I'm gonna try to fire my last grenade at it.
Even the other one hasn't approached you. It just did a tail lash. That's all. It took
Okay.
your feet out from underneath of you.
And this level of the cable car is already fucked. There's gonna be vacuuming and venting as is, so more explosions! Why not?
Hey, I'm the only one that doesn't have to breathe.
We all have vac suits. We're okay, right? Hazmat suits
No, you
or vac suits?
you have hazmat suits. Not you don't have. At the moment, you don't have EEV suits on. You just have hazmat suits on.
That's a future us problem.
Future us problem.
Future us is gonna be really pissed at current us.
Yeah.
You know, Future S is gonna thank us in the end.
I
That
gave
is
you guys
3.
a second to look for EEV suits just in case, and nobody did it. 3. And that is a 9 blast, isn't it? So that's all but one.
Yes,
of
it
us.
is.
Everybody's taking a long walk into outer space.
Okay, that's 2 6s that I rolled for the blast radius, so that'll add to the damage. Do. And I have to roll for his armor versus fire. Hang on to that 2 I just gave you, Ted, because now I gotta roll his armor versus fire. Oh, don't get cheeky. He doesn't get all of that. He only gets half that. And he didn't get a single success on his armor rating against fire.
Base damage of the grenades are 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll be 13 damage then altogether.
Well, when it has the 9, you roll 9 dice, and every success gives you damage. So that's where I got the 2 from. So whatever the base damage is
Gotcha.
plus the 2. So what is that total?
So what's the base damage on the grenade, guys? 6, 9? I thought it was 9.
Well, it's a 9 blast item.
But it doesn't have another base damage. Hold on, let me double check that. This is one place where the system does get a little confusing is when you get into explosives, because they give you the area blast radius, but they don't give you like a base damage. So if that's just that 9, then for future use, you guys, anybody who's using the explosives, you just roll that blast radius, those 9 dice or whatever, because that's it. It's only 2, and if that's the case on his, he didn't roll any, so he will take 2 points of damage. Let me just double check that quickly as soon as I find
Well, if you have the same, I will say this: if you have the same weapon as I do, it anything in short range of it suffers 9 fire rather than 9 blast. So if it hit directly, it's 9 fire.
It says I have the M41A pulse rifle and a grenade launcher.
Yep, that's the same one I've got.
But they don't have the grenade launcher listed in like the weapons where all the damage and stuff is.
Yeah, it's really
I'm-
bizarre. But
I'm-
I still think it's 9, Ted. I think it's 9
My
is
grenade
Then
what
yeah,
it
launcher
is.
has
13.
9 blast.
I mean, that's what we've been doing for the whole game is the base 9 damage when we launch it.
We get to the very end just to discover we've been doing grenades wrong. The thing that saved our ass
We
every
have
single
been.
time.
Totals.
We have been. What it is earlier today was when I was looking at the thing is it said that you roll a d6 for every part in the blast radius, but I think at the center of the explosion takes the 9, and then you get the blast radius, and everything outside of that's what you roll for. That's how I'm interpreting it.
Okay.
So, which is good because I only rolled a 2 on the secondary explosion, which means that whoever was on that side, which is Dante, it's Silva. Silva's the one that fired the grenade, right? So roll your own armor rating because you're in that small thing, and you need 2 or better to negate the damage to yourself. But it itself took that.
I also got 2.
Okay, so that negates that blast damage on the excess size, and the creature itself did take some damage, but it is. Oh no, he took most of the damage from what you had. He only rolled 2 successes on his armor, so he is down by 7 health levels. He's looking ropey. He's looking super ropey.
I also had the 3 extra successes because I had 4 successes to hit.
Then you kill him. You blow him. There is now an alien-shaped smash into the wall that's burning through the fucking wall.
Sorry.
And that was in 9, was it not?
I'm
Sorry for the
confusion.
confusion, everyone.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
at
at
9.
8.
Okay, sorry. All of the numbers got me out of order.
Yeah, no
So,
worries.
so the aliens go in 6 and 10. So
Ted, you're at
6.
7, right? Yes,
I was 7.
8.
that's
8.
me.
Mm-hmm. 8 would be the.
I'm gonna pull out my cutting torch because I don't have a gun with me, and I'm going to attack the alien, maybe to distract it. And I'm gonna use one of my the last of my Stevie dice.
Don't forget the +2 from me as well.
Ooh, that's
Yep.
right. 2 successes.
Not bad. It's still a hit with
Yeah.
1 extra point of damage, which is 4 points
Yep.
for the cutting torch.
Yeah.
Let me roll that one's armor versus. Okay, so you do the full 4 points of damage. It is not happy.
The audacity.
the the synthacity.
Nice.
So next up would be Mason. The aliens go dead last. So
All right. Shooting that last one with my firearm. With a pretty good handful of dice. Let's see what happens.
+2 from Ted, right?
Yeah. So that
I think you still have one from Corey from arming the bomb that you never actually rolled for.
Did Corey give me one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me grab one more die and roll it then. Didn't add anything, but still, that is 4 successes with shooting.
So that will be your damage +3 while I roll its armor versus your weapon. 1, 2, 3.
All right. And so that will be base damage 2 with 3 more on top of it is 5 points of damage.
Plus what Chaplain just did. 5. Chaplain did
4.
Yeah, done. Mason, how you want to do that?
I just for fun will say that it leaps off the wall or it's trying to maneuver a bit, and I shoot it in the air, kind of rocking it backwards to land on the ground, kicking like a cockroach with its legs and arms as it twitches and dies.
Excellent. It flails around, tail in the ground until it finally comes to rest, laying on the floor, dripping blood. That is the end of combat order. What are you all doing? You are rapidly losing air, and you will have to start rolling for air.
Can we go back up to the command deck and seal the door and preserve what air we have left?
Negative.
Oh.
Start looking for
Space suit
suits if we
time?
can.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking for suits. You guys don't move around. I'm gonna look for the suits because I don't need the air, and you guys need to preserve your oxygen.
As you're looking around, the climber car has been traveling for quite some time before the alien attacked you. You were almost a good couple of hours into the journey. You guys had a full shift before the place blew up. This takes a half a shift. You're about 5 hours into that journey, which is almost to the end of the explosion down below, when all of a sudden there's this massive jolt as if something has impacted the tether. And whoever's on the command deck, please roll me an observation roll. I also need Chaplain to roll one, but it's for something different.
One success.
Okay. Everyone else.
Rolling. 1 success.
Nothing from me.
Okay. Separately of each other, the two of you that are up on the command deck, you see the wreck of the UPP destroyer, the Trachnimenia, just floating along out there. And it is intact, but it has crashed into the space elevator above the climber car. So it's knocked off your tether. And you're gonna up that way. At the same time, Chaplain, you find the EEV suits. and you find that there are only 2.
No. Sophie's choice. I'm gonna grab the EV suits. Chuck them out. No.
That's so fucked up.
That would be
No one
epic
gets to
way
live.
to end.
I didn't find any.
I'm gonna do
His
the
secret objective this entire time: make sure there's no survivors.
Well, if the AI was still on board, that would be the ultimate. I'm gonna go up to the captain. Captain, I've got good news and bad news. We've got 2 EV suits.
Right.
Okay, what part's the good news there, dude?
Well, I found EV suits. Bad news is there's just 2 of them.
So how many people do we have with us? We have Ionia, Wright, any other NPCs, or did we actually do too good of a job keeping people alive?
You have Iona and Wright plus Faye 2. Faye 2 doesn't obviously need one.
And an android head if we still have that.
Because Ted made the very wise decision of leaving the backup characters upstairs in a safe locked room while the rest of you went down where the charger was. So they are still there.
It's not a great decision, Captain, but we did kind of promise Dante that she would get to her farm. I think that's kind of a...
Oh no, that's a given. I'm just debating if I want Wright or Mason to survive. Fuck you, Ionia, you're a dick.
Wright and Ionia are like, no, we're going to make sure this car stays steady so you all can get off of it.
Alright, that's you, Mason.
Captain, not person.
You know more about these things than anyone else. You're also better at keeping Dante alive than I am. I'm just good at bossing people around. Suit up, go with Chaplain and Faye, make sure that Faye gets a memory upgrade.
There's a chance I could do something. Are we going cinematic space?
Sean a message.
Are we
Okay.
going
Let's send
cinematic
Sean a
space
message.
rules, or are we going real space rules?
We're doing the alien space rules.
Okay.
So let me get this message to Sean. There's Sean.
The secret message brought to you by Gutterpunks. Go check out the Kickstarter now. Gosh, I could have made the ad longer, but it was spur of the moment.
I mean, I can continue on with Silva's speech.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Like the night the Academy.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right, calm down. Not Sigourney Weaver.
Captain, if we can get to the refinery, even if you do pass or look, I'm trying to figure out how to say that because it sounds stupid. I think I can revive you, Captain, if you just stay calm. If we can get to the refinery in enough time.
Not the refinery. You want to get to that ship because the
Oh, that ship.
refinery is going to go.
Yeah.
Do the EV suits have like little rockets or propellants on them?
Yeah, they
Or
all have
literally
thrusters
just-
on them. They all have thrusters.
So Silva will then look over at Ionia and Wright and go, well, can I either stay on the car and make sure it goes all the way up, or how good are you at holding your breath? That's for you, Rev.
Technically, by the rules of this game, you have to make a roll for air, so basically holding your breath every round until you reach the either the ship or there's something else that you guys will see as well. If you were to pass out, technically, by game terms, looking at the camera now and at the audience, the character would die. However, Sean hasn't activated his special ability that I've given him.
Yep.
So should one of these characters go broken, which is 0 hit points, from the spacewalk, technically he can bring them back from the dead, so you have that ability to do. And bring them back to 3 hit points.
So what I'm thinking is we have 3 people without spacesuits, 2 with spacesuits, and then 2 synths. We can strap the other 2 NPCs to the synths, and then Silva goes with one of the spacesuits, and hopefully we ferry our asses out of here, tugboat style.
Hopefully, we just got some rolls to make.
Bring it in, Captain. Come on in for that hug. But don't squeeze, cause like, ow.
It hurts.
You're still
Don't
recovering.
squeeze because that fucking hurts. Faye 2 will want to carry Silva, whether Silva's in an EEV suit or not, because that's her buddy. She loves her some Silva.
I guess I'll grab,
Silva will allow it.
and I will grab whoever else.
So you're gonna tether everyone together in groups to the synths and make your way towards this. It's not a ship. I'm sorry. It's an EEV pod. But the EEV pod will, accommodate all of you. The ship is actually going to crash, so you need to get off of here. But to make it to the EEV pod, the 2 individuals that are doing the jumping will need to make mobility rolls. Everyone tethered behind them, if they assist, can give them a bonus to their mobility roll.
Yeah, I'll assist by making sure everybody's
You are the
secure.
synth.
I can't assist?
You can't assist yourself. You're the one that's going to be making the mobility roll.
Oh, I don't have a suit on, though.
You don't have to.
No, you don't need to have one. You and Faye 2 don't have one because you don't need to breathe.
Gotcha. Well, I was thinking of the booster jets. Sorry.
Yeah, the thruster on there. The thrusters are automatic. You don't have to make anything for those. So,
Okay.
tethered to Faye 2 is only 1 PC, which will only give her 1 roll to make it. 1 extra die. If the other 2 PCs are tethered to Chaplain, you can add +2 to Chaplain's roll.
Okay. Because my mobility is not great.
And Silva, you saw you got an extra dice.
I did see that. Thank you, BTR. I appreciate it.
It's 1 success.
That's all you needed.
Okay. Phew.
It's the really nice thing about Alien. 1 success is all you need. More is always better. The 2 of you are able to latch on to the tumbling space pod. Chaplain, quickly, please make me a contact roll.
Oh, no. Come on, dice. Oh, that's a 1. That's 1 success.
Again, all you needed. You're able to hack into it and get everyone in. Who does not have the EEV suit on? Okay. Go ahead and make your stamina roll.
All right, that's going to be a 5 + 2, thanks to BTR and Corey.
Do you want to divide those up because you're going to have to make 2 of them?
I will do that. I had 1 success. I will re-roll it without the 1 die. And happily take that instead. I got 3 successes for the first roll that time.
Nice. Excellent. Excellent. And
You want me to
one
make that
more.
second roll now? Okay.
Yes, please.
That is 0 successes. But I haven't gotten to use this yet. Stamina is a strength-related attribute. I am gonna push it past the limit. I get to make 1 free strength push.
Push it. Push it.
Got 2.
Nice. Somehow, just as Chaplin opens that door and you can feel your eyes almost bulging out of the back of your head and that burning in your throat and lungs like they're about to burst, Chaplin grabs Faye, pulls her in, the door shuts, and you're able to take that big, deep, deep, deep breath. Now, my players are all going to survive, but one of them has a task left to do. I have a bit of dialogue that's not for me to read, it's for one of the players, and I will let either my players, do you want to decide amongst yourselves, or do you want to let the chat decide who does the sign off for this particular part of the series?
Please don't
I
make
said
it me. I'm
let
really
the
bad at
chat
reading.
decide.
Yeah, chat,
Yeah.
do it.
Chat decide.
I don't know how to set up a poll, so that I have to be John to do that to decide. We will talk about our agendas while the poll hangs out there until we get a result, and then we'll decide who gets the secret message for me to read the sign off for this adventure.
I can't believe we all survived.
Yes.
It was not through lack of trying.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't through lack of trying on my part, for God's sakes. I was trying like some bitch.
Just had very cuddly aliens.
They were.
All right, Sean,
Towards
what was
the
your
end there.
first secret agenda for Act 1?
My first secret agenda was trying to dispose of all evidence of an alien presence and to kill anyone that gets in my way. So I never had an opportunity or a desire at that point to kill any of you, but there were a couple of scenes or things that I messaged Revna about, like when we were in the police headquarters. Like I wiped all data from the police station.
He did, in fact. And one of the other things that, in the hospital, when he shot Wright, he was supposed to be trying to shoot at her. That's why I had the alien whip it up in front of him, which is why I forgot about block, because I thought you were trying to help Wright and not the block part on yourself. Was I was trying to help him cover the fact
Yeah.
that he was trying to kill Wright.
And that's why I was trying to get by myself with her, because I was going to kill her outright.
Yeah, I could smell that, and there was something wrong.
Could also smell that.
So Chaplin's Act 1 agenda was quietly eradicate any xenobiological evidence behind the squad's back. Kill or cut it out of the AWOLs and eliminate any witnesses if you have to. Just play stupid and don't get caught. Let's see, who do we have next?
I was gonna say, I
Mace?
had this whole soliloquy, like I was gonna whisper it in Wright's ear the whole time about, like, you're this. I could save you, but you betrayed the colonel. Now you're gonna die. And it was just,
Mason's Act 1 agenda was the Yawa nightmares won't stop haunting you. You can't cope with being alone and must stay close to a fellow Marine at all times. And John did a phenomenal fucking job of doing that on the down low.
nice.
Thank you.
Then we have Dante. The USCMC is the best of the best. So much better than those corporate commando wannabes. Be professional. You want to leave the Corps looking good, and this is your last time out. And again,
so
Aaron did.
naive.
Yep,
I was
Aaron did an
sunshine and
amazing job.
rainbows.
And Silva's, take care of your own. If the AWOL Marines are going to be put down, you're going to lead the squad that does it with respect. Which everybody did such a phenomenal job with their Act 1 agendas. And this, my viewing audience, is how shit gets twisted, because then we get to Act 2. Chaplin's was that Chaplin now knows the other you is gone now. You don't know why you were acting the way you were, but you're going to prove your loyalty and make amends. Which is cool.
I did that by being a nice person.
Mason's was go out with a clear conscience and honor the memories of your dead comrades. You must get everyone back to Fort Nebraska, including the bodies of any fallen teammates. Again, that's when John had the body bag, picking up the piece of the fallen of Hammer or whoever it was. Did a really good job with that. And then we had Dante's Act 2 agenda. You're so short you can smell the grass, so fuck the insurgents, fuck the UPP, and fuck the Corps. But you're a Marine through and through and can't just desert your squad in their time of need.
Well, what you missed was in the middle of Act 1, I get a message from Rev. Your back has been hurting for a few hours now. Now you start feeling pain in your rib cage. Add 1 stress. You taste bile and feel burning and squeezing sensation in your chest like a knot just behind your breastbone. And I get that. And at being the dingus I didn't put together the things like, no! Why am I infected? That has to be wrong. I'm gonna play this up and have her tell me I'm wrong. Why is she not telling me I'm wrong?
Because you weren't wrong. Because Erin forgot to read her background information, which kind of told it sort of alludes to the fact that she may have been face fucked.
Yeah, Stevie, to answer your question, we all chose our characters ahead of time. There's like a pool of 7 we could pick from, and these agendas were secretly attached to the pre-made characters.
I picked the one with the rocket launcher.
Silva's Act 2 agenda was your ragtag squad has proven themselves under fire. You're going to make sure they get back to the safety of Fort Nebraska alive, even if it means dying for them. And almost did in the hospital, actually.
I tried twice and was not allowed to die.
You did try very, very, very hard. Then we swing back around. Chaplain's Act 3 agenda was whoever is in your head is back, but a distant echo. Desperate to be heard, you know they're in the base waiting for you. Make sure they can never hurt you again by whatever means necessary.
Okay, that
and
makes sense.
Chaplain did that.
Yeah, which I just kind of assumed that's who it was, so...
It was, you were correct. Mason's Act 3 agenda was... These things must be destroyed. Make sure every trace of biocontamination is eradicated, even if that means sacrificing the lives of any infected teammates.
Thankfully, it didn't have to happen. But
yeah,
I was
it did
prepared.
not, you guys. Dante's Act 3 agenda. Get whatever the fuck is inside of you out before it kills you. Pretty cut and dry. And she did a really good job of pressing the point of wanting that gone.
Easy motive.
Silva's Act 3 agenda. Your people have been compromised by their own leaders, something that doesn't sit well with a sin eater like you. Find those responsible for the bioweapon experiments and end them, which Ted did when he killed the colonel. Shot him
Good
right
job.
pop
Ended
that
every
off,
single
so-
person that I thought was connected.
So how are we looking on that poll? Who's gonna get the secret message from me?
Technically, I eked it out over Silva. So
Okay.
they want me to read it.
You got it. Give me 2 seconds to copy and paste it into a private message for John, and I will let John deliver this send-off. Where are you on my list? There you are, John. Give me 2 seconds.
Bring us home, Gunny. Bring us home.
Maybe bring us up.
There we go. I just had to remember what... I've had like 30 windows open trying to keep stuff straight. I will briefly turn the microphone over to John.
Would it work to read this in character, or should I read this normally?
In character. Yep, read it in character.
All right. Kruger 60 system. Final report from the USCMC base, Fort Nebraska. Gunnery Sergeant Mason reporting. Colony attacked by unknown forces with advanced bioweapons. Project Life Force compromised. UPP and current Colonial Marine forces wiped out. Colony and base destroyed. Thousands are dead. Only, I guess that's 5 or 6 of us survived. I mean, I hate to say this, that's the 2 and then the 3 of us. I don't know if the robots
7.
count.
Yep, 7.
Alright. Only 7 of us survived. I can only pray the network picks this up before the UPP does. This is Gunnery Sergeant Mason, signing off.
Well done, team. You guys have been absolutely phenomenal. It's really hard sometimes to see the agendas at work. It's easier for me sitting in a position where I know what they are. And Alien is very interesting in that most RPGs we play is a very cooperative thing. You know, you try to look out for your teammates, you try to support each other, you try to be there for each other, you take risks for each other in character. Alien is one of those few games in the cinematic mode. Campaign mode is different. Campaign mode is very much like that, where everything's cooperative, but cinematic mode really can pit characters against each other. And if that happens to a level where it breaks out into a fight, once the fight is resolved, the antagonist loses control of their character and they become an NPC. So you kind of have to balance the agendas you have with getting too aggressive with the other people at the table, because you can lose control of your character. And some of the earlier bits that Free League put out for this game had things like Chariot of the Gods, which I said if anybody wants to do that, I will do that next Wednesday, which is meant to be a one-shot. And in the rule book, there's one called Hadley's Last Hope or Hopes. It's a one that comes in the thing, which is also a one-shot, which are really fast, quick, hard, dirty. And Ted said to me, wait, 3 or 4 episodes, how are we going to do that? Are we going to have enough characters? I was like, yeah, we'll have them, because they kind of space it out so there are plenty of NPCs floating around, because if your character dies, they don't want you to walk away from the game. They want you to carry on playing. You just step into someone else's shoes, even if that's one of the bad guys. That's why everything is kept so super secretive. And 2 playthroughs of this game will never look the same no matter who's in it. And again, really good shout out. I've had a phenomenal cast who's going to come back and join me for Heart of Darkness, which is going to be the cap on this trilogy, such as it were, that starts with Chariot of the Gods, comes into Destroyer Worlds, and then ends with Heart of Darkness. And I super look forward to the next chapter for these folks. So I will just go around the table real quick. I know Sean's muted. You got anything you have coming up, or you want to give a shout out to there, Pink?
No, I mean, just Sunday I'll be here playing an Call of Cthulhu game, Horror in the Orient Express, where I play Kelsey Haskins, a intrepid locksmith and hero of the story. I'm a bad person in that game.
Aaron?
Just what we said earlier, Ted and I are on the Tuesday game for Post-Apocalypse. We're also going to be in Shanty Hunters in a couple of weeks now. And then more Alien with Rev for me, which is also going to be great. Not next Wednesday. I'm going to take a bye week, and then we'll do more stuff. And new
costume. John, anything else to add to what we already had going on?
Not at all. I'll just mention that the games we got coming from the IGDN for this month are the first week coming up. We have Return to the Stars, which is a hopeful sci-fi futuristic RPG, meaning that it is not about doom and gloom and how the universe is falling apart. It's supposed to be about how the universe is coming back together. And then the other game we have is Thousand Arrows, which is a kind of a samurai drama written in the Powered by the Apocalypse system.
Nice. Ted, anything more for you? It looks, on my screen, it looks like he's staring right at the side of my head, and I know he's not.
No, like Aaron said, we've got the Tuesday Post-Apocalypse Jukebox. Great cast for that one, too. If you're relatively new to Rook and Ras, check it out. It's really great cast, really great GM. I also will double down on saying, if you want to play with Rev, then join the Discord and get on that game for next week. Rev is great. Highly recommend a Rev game. I've played with you now, Rev?
Twice, yeah.
Not counting Alien as one, it's 2 games now. We had Bluebeard's Bride and this, and they've both been awesome. So get on that. And the Discord community is great. But that being said, yeah, join us Tuesday for Post-Apocalypse, and go support Gutterpunk.
Yes, definitely go support. Definitely support Gutterpunk. IP is great. If you've missed any episodes, it's all on the YouTube channel. Please stop by and check it out. It's a really great campaign. And again, I will pop in next Wednesday. I maybe pop in a little earlier than the normal game time. If anybody wants to reach out to me before that, we can certainly touch base and just pop in, and we'll just hand some stuff out. I have handouts, I have maps, I have all kinds of stuff that I can hand out for you. Talk about the rules. If you have any questions, yeah, just hang out. And I'm always around. Feel free to reach out. I don't bite normally unless you ask really nicely. But with that said, I'm kidding. But with that said, I know this is a little shorter than previous episodes, but as I said, I thought we would wrap this up tonight. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and please do come back in 2 weeks to join us for Heart of Darkness. Good night, y'all.
Night, everyone.